It seems today that all we see are useless magic trailers you can't believe. So where are those informed, honest people who help you choose what to buy? With PropDog you can always rely. PropDog are a team who will always aim to please you. Integrity and service that you can't deny. It's time for PropDog Live.
It's time for PropDog Live.
Where are we?
It's gone blank. Oh no!
Oh no!
Hang on, what's going on?
We are here.
Camera's on. Wow, what's going on? It's gone blank.
Mike today, main cam. Oh, Aki, what are you doing?
Well, let's try something else then. Let's try that. Right, scene locked. Hang on.
Well, that will mean you can change it. You've got the main screen, there.
Right, okay guys, we might have to restart this if you can hear us, which I'm presuming you can. We've had a sudden failure of all graphics. We got one on, hang on, there's the close-up. Where's the other one gone? So sorry guys, a bit of a last minute panic. What's going on here? So at the moment we're on the main cam up there. What's going on?
We can try from a funny angle.
Unplug, start again. Hang on, plug that, see if that works. It was working, we tested it a second ago. Okay guys, we're going to start the whole thing again guys, so we do apologise. Oh hang on, cam link. Oh, no memory card. Oh, what's going on? Right, hang on, let me try something. It was working fine just a second ago. Right.
Oh, I'm here.
Yes, it's gone on. Right,
PropDog Live.
Welcome to PropDog Live. Yay. Oh, that's a bit of a panic. What went on there? It was working fine. We tested everything and we started and blank screen. Oh, panic.
I don't think anyone noticed. I don't think they noticed.
Panic.
We got away with it.
Panicking. Oh my God, Aki. What's going on? Yeah, good boy. Well, hello everyone and welcome to PropDog Live one more time. So let me move that camera back a bit. Actually, it's a little bit close, isn't it? Move that back a tiny bit.
That's all right. Why not?
Hang on.
All right.
That's a bit better. There you go. How's that?
Rather fussy, but yep.
Professional to the end. We are the ultimate consummate professionals. There we go. Right, you're going to calm down. You calm down. Calm down. It's a magic show, not a zoo. Right, calm down. That's it. Sit, lie down. Right, Adrian, Robert Van Buren. Robert Van Buren, yeah, congratulations. You are first and second.
Well done.
Cheating. Adrian's next, and Finley probably had a dodgy phone. Finley's phone probably blew up on him just as he was logging in or something.
Went down.
Yeah, he had to run out just as we started to buy a new phone or something. But so
Adrian, is Finley even on it?
Yeah, he's just son of Charlie. So Finley's Charlie's
Finley,
been. Hello, Charlie.
Bed, Finley.
Yeah, Adrian's right up there as well. Adrian and Evie are watching. So hey,
I think that was probably
Aki. Evie's watching. Say hello to Evie. Go on. Okay, go on. What do you say?
I think it's probably Evie logging in more than Adrian, to be honest.
Probably. Yeah, absolutely. Right. Oh, Finney's on twice. Everyone's on twice. Jay Callan's there. Torin, Ifty, John Middleton, Chris Watts. Happy Friday. Prop Dodgers, he says. Prop Dodgers, not Prop Doggers.
Prop Dodgers.
Hey,
I think Prop Dodgers is possibly nice. I don't know.
I don't know, but I found out the other day there's a place called Doggerland.
What were you googling?
Doggerland.
What were you googling to find out that there is a Doggerland?
Dogs?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Where do dogs live?
I'm sure. Yeah.
Doggerland is actually it doesn't exist anymore, but Doggerland used to exist. It's all underwater now. Yeah. It come up on YouTube. I didn't actually watch it, so I don't know where. But all it says is "Lost Underwater City of Doggerland." Yeah, Doggerland. There we go. Yeah. That's where we need to be. In Doggerland. That's where you go weekends.
So I go. My boat will be able to take you to Doggerland.
In other words, a car park down the road. That's what it is. That's Doggerland. So anyway, right, I hope everyone's well. By the way,
fun to create a PropDog land, PropDog world.
Oh yes, I can see those rides now. I can't.
No.
Josh Cayford is there. Hello, Josh. Hope all is well, my friend. Charlie says I wouldn't let me comment to start with. Anyway, happy birthday, and to you. Nigel's there. Nigel Quinn. Hello, Nigel. Jonas is there. Hello, Jonas.
Still sober, Jonas.
Cheers, Jonas.
Kombucha.
Stacey's there with a new picture saying boom. Look at that little picture, Stacey. Look. Boom. Martin says, good afternoon, prop dodgers. Hope you are all well. And stop playing with the mouse. Actually, I can't use it back there. Stop playing. Martin Album. Just done that one. Josh says, apparently I'm a top fan now, whatever that means. It means what it says, Josh. You're a top fan.
Actually, Josh's mum actually posted something quite funny on Facebook about Josh. I don't know if...
What was that?
Well, she woke... Josh was being late for getting to school and getting out of bed.
Right.
But then she woke him up by bringing in a playing card that he'd left under her bed. And the first thing Josh said apparently was, "Oh, yeah, was that your card?" So
Josh.
brilliant, Josh. Brilliant.
He probably sleepwalked in there.
Yeah, probably, yeah. Yeah, bit of Mulaney.
Philly says, Charlie Robinson, yeah, the same. How did she find the card under her bed anyway? What was she doing?
She was probably looking for something to play with.
Loving the tables, guys, says George. Yeah, so basically, I've just been rushing to put the tables up. So, Steve Legg. So, Steve Legg, one of our customers, come to us and he says, I've got a lovely little table and I'd like to turn it into a close-up table. Can you build me a pad that goes on top of it? And we said, yeah, of course we can, no problem. So, he sent us in the table and it turns out we can do more than just put a close-up pad on top of it. We can actually turn the entire table into a close-up pad. So he showed me the link of where we got them, and we got a few of these tables and we turned them into close-up tables. And the good thing is they're not expensive. I mean, the old Wayne Dobson table, if you remember that was £150. Well, we're charging £150 for these whole tables. And if you haven't seen them, we'll show you now actually. So I was going to do it later on, but as Torrance brought it all up. So basically these start off as stainless steel bistro tables, okay? So they have two heights. You can either do it sitting down or standing up. I will show you now. Let me go into the close-up cam. So I literally put them on the website about 10 minutes before the live. I'm just rushing to get it all done because I thought if we're going to talk about them and somebody does want to buy one, I need to have them on the website. So I've just put the product on with a very quick, very quick video. Very quick video and a couple of very quick photographs. I'll do better photos and a better video later on. But Alex is just over there bringing them on in. So
can I model them like they are?
No, do you know what? It's all right there actually. Just leave them there. Yeah, I can bring this around. Stay there, Aki. So what we got over here, guys, is let me just show. Yeah, it's showing on the screen. Right. So there are two heights to the table. Okay. Now the table is adjustable to whichever height you want. So you can see down here, look, there's a split there. So whether you put it on with both table legs on means it's standing height, or if you just want the one, it becomes sitting height like that. And what we do is we cover the entire thing with a lovely close-up pad surface, and you see underneath, look, that's where we've upholstered it. So you've got this beautiful working surface of velvet, the same we do with our close-up pads. And this can be in any of the materials we currently use. The spanner, by the way, out over here, look. So the spanner, all you have to do is to put it under the table, under the legs, you turn it off, you undo a little bolt and the whole thing packs flat. So you can put them up and take them down in about a minute and a half, if that. So they all pack flat. They're about 7 kilos, 60 by 60 centimetres. It's all on the website. So yeah, if anyone is interested, £150. I mean, that's a bargain. If it was going to go through a wholesale or something else, come on, you're going to have to go down. There you go. Behave. It would probably be, you know, if it was going through Murphy's, about £300–400. But we're just selling it ourselves. No one else has it, so we can afford to do it for just £150. So if anyone is interested, let us know. As I said, any of the pads or any of the surfaces or velvets we do for the close-up pads we can do on there. We can even do leather if you want. In fact, we can do any material you want. Or if you want some custom printing, if you want your logos and designs in it, let us know. We've just done a black and a green because they're the most popular colours. But yeah, they're on the website and ready to order now.
Just say that there is wadding under there. Is that it's the same surface as our pads, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yeah. So there's a double layer of wadding. It's not. In fact, there's 3 layers of wadding on it. Underneath is like a brushed stainless steel effect. You know, this where you got all the little circles lined up. Yeah, that's what it's like underneath. But we've just covered all that over to make this lovely little surface. So thank you for Steve Legg, if you do watch this, for introducing us to the tables.
And they're much lighter than I thought. Actually, I thought they look. I mean, they look heavy, but they're not.
Well, they're 7 kilos. 7 kilos. I mean, it's heavy.
I mean, I'm quite strong. I am very strong.
That is possibly. I mean, it's not as light as one of the small performance tables you're going to have, but these aren't designed to be like a little. I mean, a lot of tables are smaller than a close-up pad, and they're just there for trade shows or if you're walking around or whatever. These are designed more for a house table. If you want something in your house that you can pack flat or get out every now and again, or if you are going to a trade show and you want to have a proper sit-down table to work on, and you haven't got anything decent, and you want something bigger in your pad, then they're ideal for that as well. Yeah, those are the new PropDog Close Up pads. Just £150. That's all. If you are interested in one and you live outside the UK, please do contact us first, because the cost of shipping them is going to be a lot more abroad, especially now with left Brexit, than it is to the UK. So the prices will probably come up ridiculously expensive if you try and order from abroad. We can get cheaper shipping for that, so contact us first. Jason is on. He says, what on earth are you doing? I do it. I don't want to send any children to churches.
I don't know what that was about. Oh, is that because it was all black?
Huh?
Is that because is that when it was black?
No
I don't
idea.
know. There's a joke in
No
there,
idea.
Jason. I don't know what it is.
Okay, yeah. Right, okay. Is it black art? You've done a George on the live. Hey, Aki says, it says Henry. Hello, Henry. Chris Watts says, pay your electricity bill. I couldn't see you, says Robert Van Buren. Stacey says, maybe this is my favourite part of the week. Well, this may be my favourite part of the week. Stacey, it's our favourite part of the week having you join us. I was watching one of Stacey's stories on her Facebook. It popped up in my little feed on there. So
Cool.
yeah,
Check it out.
Mark Waddington says, hello buddy. Hope all's well. Lifty says, can see you now. Thank God. I present the disappearing staff member, says Torrin. Yeah, I mean, as I said, I don't know what went wrong at the beginning. Just one of those moments. Oh, you're all happy and brave now. Aki's not up here, aren't you? Eh? Where's Aki? Oh, you right there, buddy? He's asleep on the couch now. Otto says, hey everyone, it's snowing like crazy outside, and I finally received my ring box. Woo! Finally. Do you know what? I mean, post to not only to you over in Sweden, Otto, but everywhere in Europe was always sort of, 4 or 5 days on average? It's now taking anything from 2 weeks to 4 weeks, and I don't think that's all COVID. I think a lot of it is Brexit. They don't know what the hell is going on at the moment. So.
Oh, and thanks for your comments about politically correct, Otto. Very kind. I'm pleased you're getting stuff.
We're back, says Robert Van Buren. Yeah, he says Henry. Aki says Stacey. Stacey says Aki. Matthew Colley says, can't believe I'm sat in work this time on a Friday. So much for poets. At least I have PropDog Live. Yeah, I mean, it's not doing any work, Matthew. Just watch this. Just make sure no one can see you doing it, and we're far more fun. Yeah. Alex, you need a haircut.
Well, we've got to go together again, Jason. We've got to go together again, haven't we, really, and have our trim.
Jake Allen says Aki has grown so much in the last week. I don't notice. I never notice. He's learnt a new trick though, but I don't notice how big he gets. But everyone else seems to when they don't see him a lot. Hello again, says Chris Watts, and hello to you. Walter's there. Afternoon all. Afternoon, Walter, across the pond. Luke Baker says, I'm opening a magic shop in West Sussex. Do you do wholesale? Congratulations, Luke. Good to have another shop. Yes, we do wholesale. If you look on the website, at the very bottom of the page, on the main homepage, you'll see a wholesale category. Everything in there is available on wholesale, but not all our products are available. And good luck with the shop. It's a scary time to be opening a shop. Richard Furzer says, afternoon all. Afternoon, Richard. Simon says, good afternoon, boys. Nice to see both, plus the pup. Don't forget the bird. She gets very upset if you don't mention the bird. Bobo. What you got there?
I've just seen Adrian's comment.
I'm not just going to start reading a book while we're doing it.
Oh, well, I wouldn't mind.
Okay, So Adrian says, can you show me how big Simply Simon is?
It's about this big.
Here's one we made earlier.
It is, Adrian, slightly... Oh,
He needs to know because he's only got this much room left in his bookshelf because it's packed full
It's
of books.
slightly bigger than Try the Impossible. If you've got... So it's slightly bigger than Try the Impossible by Simon Aronson. So, yeah, it's big. It's big.
Just get a new bookshelf, mate. Then you can buy more books. Yeah.
Is that what you own? I think he's got a table that needs propping up. That's what it is. It's like, oh, that'll make it wobbly.
Not anymore, he doesn't.
No. Oh, no.
It's downstairs.
Yeah, that's
it
true.
Doesn't need propping up no more. It's been propped out. I thought Aki chewed through the wire laugh out loud. Good point, you could have done. Yeah. Andy Tingley says, afternoon, Aki and Bobo. Afternoon, Aki. Andy says hello. Simon Litkin, he's getting bigger. No, you're just getting smaller, Simon. That's all it is, mate. Stuart says, afternoon, guys. Rob Van Buren says, how is the boat, Alex, or is it a submarine now?
It's coming along.
It is actually. I saw it the
Yeah,
other day. Yeah. You got all the floor done, you got the roof done, the walls are being done. We put a fridge in there the other day, didn't we?
Yeah,
and a cooker.
dropping the fridge and the cooker, so the heating's got to go in, and then I might go in.
When you drill a hole in the bottom for the toilet, okay, be careful.
I'm putting a gym down there, aren't we?
If you put a gym in there,
actually going to build a basement all the way down to the bottom of the Thames, I think, and then.
You've got to be careful with the gym because, you know, if you're lifting a weight like that and you put it down, you go, and all the weights roll over that side. Oh, put it back over that.
It is actually, yeah.
Right. Well, if you're having a good workout and then, you know, you get a bit hot, you can just jump over there.
I could just jump over. Oh, there was someone jumping off the bridge, actually, the other day.
What? The other day? Literally, the other day?
Yeah. Literally, in the cold weather. He was jumping. Yeah.
Right, okay. Good afternoon, folks.
Hey, Sandy.
Sandy. Luke Baker says, I'm opening a... Oh, we've done that already.
Another shop, Luke. One's usually enough for most people, but you go for it.
Well, it's funny enough, it's in West Sussex, because, as I mentioned last week, we don't know where we're going to be. Our rent is up for review lease is up for renewal in a year and a half's time. Excuse me, and we don't know if we're going to stay in this location because it's so expensive. I always thought that being where we are now on the outskirts of London, that we'll get a lot of footfall coming in from London, but we don't really. We, you know, on an average day before the lockdown, we may get 4 customers, sometimes 5, some days without any. So it's not really paying off being here, but we pay, I mean, it's thousands and thousands of pounds every month more just to be in London than we would if we were outside. So I have started to look around other venues to move, whether I move just outside the M25 or whether I move all the way to somewhere like Bristol or Bath, or whether I move down to East or West Sussex. And we saw West Sussex, more East Sussex has been on my list. So yeah, you never know, you may have some company. You in West Sussex and us in East Sussex. Don't know. I have no idea what the future holds. All depends what happens after lockdown. We may still end up just renewing the lease for another 5 years. Don't know yet. Colin Skinner says, afternoon all. Many thanks for my pad. I love it. You're most welcome, Colin. And we will have your ninjas ready soon. Finley says, yeah, my phone blew up. I had to run from Essex to London to the Apple store to get a new phone. I did all that at 3 minutes 59. That's why I wasn't first. You see, I told you to have a good excuse.
You see, I'd believe him, apart from he said run. I don't reckon Finley's ever run.
Lost it, and he hasn't lost it. He's still got it. He just had a little obstacle in the way. And to get back and to be fourth, that's amazing, Finley.
I don't think Finley's ever run anywhere. Finley, if you changed that to walk, I might have believed it, but
well,
no.
Funnily enough, the next comment is the haters will say that's an excuse.
I mean, it is an excuse, Finley. Come on.
Andy said dog allowance sounds like Alex's parking spot.
Well, thank you very much.
Jason says, if it's a physical shop, Luke, yes, you need to apply for a wholesale account on the website, please. Good luck with the venture. Chris Watts says, that's where I met Dave. Laugh out loud. Sorry, I mean proper. Jeffrey says, hi all. George Grayson says, I've got a medium pad, but I'm thinking of getting a slightly smaller one for travel.
Yeah.
Okay. Jake Allen says, the new close-up tables look stunning. Thank you, Jake. Nigel Quinn, so pop-up close-up tables look solid. Nice. A lot of people have seen them already. That's good. Ottar says, I was very impressed with the close-up tables that you posted a video of, Dave. How easy are they to keep clean? Exactly the same as a close-up pad. If you do get a mark on them, just give them a wipe over with some baby wipes or something like that. They'll stand up to it. I mean, if they get wet, they will dry out. Where these close-up pads, the actual inner parts, they are all wood, they're MDF, so if they get wet, water will seep in, they could expand a bit. But these tables underneath, they're stainless steel, so they won't rust, and any water that goes into them will just evaporate through and come out. So yeah, they are quite easy to keep clean, and if you do need to give them a really good scrub with some faux liquid to get a stain out or something, it will dry quite naturally and quite easily, so they will be fine for that. And the worst case scenario, if you do get any problems, just send us the top of the table and we can re-upholster it for you for probably about 50-60 quid, and then just send it back out to you if you ever wanted to renew it and get a brand new one. Jonas says Dogland sounds like a dodgy theme park. It's not expensive if you make it yourself, George, says Jason. Andrew Corrigan says, hello guys. Josh Riley says, that looks really nice. Thank you, Joshua. Jake Allen says, I thought the spanner for the tables looked like an appearing cane. Yeah, it's just one of these...
it does, yeah, one's got a thing for it.
These cheapo spanners you get free with IKEA tables. It's just that kind of thing, and all you do is you put that underneath, unscrew it, and there's a rod that comes all the way out and it unscrews on the table. Everything packs down to about 60 by 60 by about 10 centimetres. So if you had a little bag or something to put it in, you could easily carry it to a gig. Jake Allen says, well, no, we've done that one. Don says, welcome back guys, thank you Don, and nice to see you as well. Has Jason left, says Nick Adcock. So Jason hasn't left, Jason is at home on furlough, but If there's anything you want to say, Jason, I'm not sure. It's up to you. Ryan says, hi guys, love the edited trailer you posted. Oh, right, so, yeah, the edited trailer. Should we talk a bit about that? We might as well. There's going to be a few people asking about it.
Yeah,
So,
I don't know. Has anyone not seen it? It's probably a question. But,
yeah. So what happened is we received a demo unit of Summit, which we were very much looking forward to because the trailer looked amazing, and we were like, "This is going to be insane." No equivocate, any card thought of inside a Sharpie, really, really good. And on opening it and watching the instructions and getting ready to perform it, we were rather disappointed to learn that a lot of what was said in the trailer wasn't actually really true, really. I mean, mainly the equivocate part and a lot of the other parts, which is just, we found it very misleading, and it wasn't really giving you a full picture of what the trick was. And at £55, we thought that's rather impressive. Now, what we did today, we both agreed that had they just been quite honest on the trailer and given you much more in-depth knowledge of what you were buying, it wouldn't have been a problem, because people can then judge whether they want to spend £55 on that. And they didn't do that. And I thought, if we just sell this, people are going to go, what the hell have I just bought? This isn't what I saw on the trailer. So, yeah, Alex had the idea of doing a little trailer. Said, can I do this? And I said, yes, please do it. And spend plenty of time on it, and let's get it posted, and let's warn customers what it's like, first of all, so that you're not going to waste your money on it, really, because we just feel we owe it to you to do that. We'd love to do it with every single trailer, but we can't. And not realising how much of a stir it will cause. I mean, there was also a lot of talk about it before we even posted that. So the Magic Cafe was kind of 2 or 3 pages deep before we posted our trailer, of people already questioning it. And then Murphy's Magic did a live show with the Abstract effects team, with Darren and Daryl, the other brothers, and they discussed the points on the trailer, and that was very good of them, but we don't really feel they covered anything on their live session that we put on the trailer. A few people made a few misleading comments about what we said in the trailer about, you know, the Sharpie being in view the whole time. We never said it was out of view, we just said both hands go in the pocket, little things like that. But yeah, it's been shared like 20-30 times now with several thousand views. It's quite interesting. But
I mean, there were just things in that I mean, for a start, I don't have a problem with, I don't see why you can't show a full performance, and certainly not of this. There is no reason why you couldn't put a full performance of Summit up there, and people will see exactly what it is, what the trick is. There's no reason why they couldn't do that. I can't think of a single reason. They filmed the trailer, so they've got the footage, and you'd have to buy it pretty much to do it more. I mean, you could make it yourself if you'd have a fair idea, but you'd end up,
you wouldn't want to make it yourself.
You wouldn't bother. And so there was no reason why they couldn't just be honest about it, and they weren't honest about it, and that really wound me up. The no equivocate really wound me up. And when they said you don't know what card they're thinking of, now, you don't know exactly what card they're thinking of, that is true, but they were creating this idea that you couldn't switch it, you couldn't load it, you couldn't do anything, because at that point you didn't even know. So it rules out lots and lots of methods saying that.
You do know what card they're thinking of. You know what card it is, you just don't know what suit it is.
Yeah, and you know which. Yeah. But the point is, you know which card. They have mentioned it's an index in their Facebook thing, so I'm allowed to say that.
Yeah, we can say that.
You do know at that point which card to get out of the index and load into the Sharpie. So by saying that you don't know what card it is, that rules out the idea that you can actually load that Sharpie. To me, that is what they were saying when they said that. They were ruling out, by saying no equivocate, you don't even know what card they've selected. They are ruling out methods and creating this illusion that that pen you're holding has just been held like that, and then you just hand it to them, and that isn't the case. You haven't. This Sharpie doesn't hold 52 cards. This Sharpie doesn't the card doesn't miraculously form inside the Sharpie. So that was what wound me up. And as Dave pointed out, actually in an interview with Richard Young many moons ago, we have people coming in here who have literally saved up. They've saved their pocket money, they've been doing household chores, everything else, to come in here and buy Magic. And they'd see that trailer and they'd think they were getting a James Bond gadget that did all of that. They'd spend their hard-earned money that they've saved up for months and everything else. They really can't afford to waste that £50. They'd get that, they'd get home, and they'd be devastated. Yeah.
See, Murphy's Magic and the other brothers, they're not front facing, they don't see the customer's face on. They're not the ones who could answer the phone to somebody saying, dude, what the fuck have I just bought? I bought something and it's not as described. I'm not going to do this on my show. I've wasted £55. We're the ones who've got to deal with that, and that's why we get upset about it. Now, the other brothers have quite blatantly said, why are we picking on them on their live? You know, what do we do to them? You know, why are we enemies of them? We're not. You know, we really love some of the earlier stuff. Bear, we gave it a raving review of Bear. Ash Paper, loads of stuff you've done was really, really good. But for whatever reason, since you started Abstract Effects, the effects have just gone downhill. You're producing stuff like this that doesn't need to be produced. If you went out to a spectator and you want to do something like that, have a card, roll up in a Sharpie already, you know, dry out the nib if you want to dry out the nib, give it to them, and then just force a card or use digital force bag or use a Popeye Popper deck. Take a card and make an excuse for them to do it, and then they can open the Sharpie. They can take the card out. It doesn't matter if the Sharpie snaps while they're opening it, because you just get another Sharpie, because it's not a gimmick Sharpie. They can open it themselves and fully look at it, rather than either they open it and you snatch it off them quickly without them seeing the full card, or you open it and show it to them. You don't need to create that for £55. You created that to make money. You said, right, we need something new in the bank, or it's a new trick for some money in the bank. What should we do? And you've somehow come up with that based off the principles on Instagram. That is not enhancing our art in any way. That is made to create money, in my opinion, and you don't need it.
Put your legs on a snake, yeah. I think it's called.
I've nothing against the other brothers or Abstract Effects. What I do have something against is providing dealers with a product they're going to give to their customers and is going to upset their customers. You know, there's no need to be so misleading. If you want to release something like that, fine, do it, but be honest in your trailer. Let people know what they're buying in advance, so they're not going to waste £55, and we are not going to have to put up with all the crap that comes with it. So yeah.
And there were a few. So yeah, there were a few questions. I was going to write them down. That I scrolled through the Magic Cafe page, which it's not fun. And there are a few things to clear up. So a lot of people are saying the effect doesn't make sense, and they can't quite figure out why it doesn't make sense. There's this back and forward going, well, card in orange doesn't make sense. A prediction in a clear box, that doesn't make sense. Why would it be in a clear box? And I'll tell you what the difference is. So if you've read Trick Brain by Fitzkey or loads of tricks on methods, you can categorise tricks. And what you've got here is a prediction. Okay, and all of the other tricks that I can think of where a card ends up inside something, it's a transportation. You see? There's a big difference. So the transportation would be, there we go, pull out a card, sign it, that card's disappeared, it is now inside an orange. Okay, now why it's inside an orange is a little bit ridiculous, apart from the fact it's impossible. You can show an orange, people know you can't get into one, so that's the reason why it's in an orange. It's an impossible location.
Jamie once had somebody say, I can understand this and I can understand that, but how did that card, or how did my banknote get inside that kiwi? And then he said, you can't F with nature.
Exactly.
That is why it's
so
just
that's
wrong.
why.
You can't.
The problem with this is, it's a prediction. So the best prediction you could do would be to have a card inside the whole time. Name any card you like. There you go. Bam. There it is. And that is why you have the cleared boxes. That is why you have things like paper clips and barking dog and everything like that. So it makes sense. This, you've got... Well, you haven't got a transportation. You've got a prediction that you've actually put inside something for no good reason whatsoever. So people are going like, well, yeah, okay. I mean, I don't know why you bothered putting it inside a Sharpie, but... So that is why it doesn't make sense. It is a prediction, not a transportation. Therefore, it shouldn't really be inside anything ridiculous. It should be on view the entire time.
Because you were talking about the Darren Brown effect, weren't you?
Oh, yeah, so yeah. Darren Brown has a wonderful effect called Smoke on his Devil's Picture book. It was VHS when I got it. I know it's DVD. It's probably a download now. And he does it. He spreads a deck. Someone sees the card, closes the deck, their card's disappeared, and he's been smoking a cigarette the whole time, and basically he pulls out a cigarette, the cigarette comes out of his mouth, and it's their card. Absolutely brilliant, and Darren Brown knows how to construct an effect, right? And that is what's missing here. So, that is the problem. That is why it doesn't make any sense. Now, what you get in here, I mean, the index and the load, that's quite good, isn't it?
I think it's brilliant.
It's quite good. Yeah. And if I wanted to, I mean, I won't go into too much about the index, but the index, so people are saying the size of it. I did measure it. It's 7.5 centimetres by 11 centimetres by 1.7 centimetres, and 6 Sharpies, which is what an alternative method would be 7.5 centimetres by 13.5 centimetres by 1.2 centimetres. So there's not much in it, bit of extra height. The index is well made. If you want to, it's not terribly original. So back in 1930s, someone had a block of wood with holes drilled in it that he inserted cards. He had 10 cards in it. So it's quite similar to that. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. The load's pretty good.
Yeah. The load's great, and you can load it in front of them. I mean, for whatever reason, people seem to think on the trailer we were saying you can't load in front of them. We never said that. You can load really well. It loads in. The Sharpie looks a little bit strange, but you can get away with that. That's fine. No different than say the Double Cross or the Magic Smith Sharpie. Yeah, it's
not
just
50 quid though, is it?
Yeah, yeah. If you're interested in something similar to that, I'd say look into Wayne Goodman's Look Sharp. Brilliant effect.
Lovely.
They are holding the Sharpie until they realise that they're not actually holding the Sharpie, they're holding the playing card.
Their signed card, in fact.
Their signing card, yeah, with a cap on it, and it's got a Sharpie background on the back on the card. It looks amazing, and that is a real mind.
And if you're going to do any effect like this, the card needs to be in play the whole time. So in which case, have it, you know.
What? I think
Anyway,
we've gone on enough about Summit. Let's go on let's move on to something else.
Oh! I was going to say, yeah. Are you pleased to see me, or is that Summit in your pocket? That would be.
That's actually very good. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Other brothers, if you're watching, you can use that. Yeah.
Oh, I'll tell you what. The other thing that wound me up is they. Yeah, no, they just said on their Facebook Live. They said that 99% of the time, if you ask someone to imagine themselves as a card, they will choose a court card. Now, I don't know. I've only got 31 years of asking people to think of a card. I reckon it's actually less than the odds of 1 in 4 or 1 in.
We've tried it out with about 5 people so far, just around the units, and we said, imagine yourself as a playing card. You're going to be that card yourself. What playing card would you be? Not one of them said a court card.
No.
Not one. Yeah.
So stuff like that. Stuff like that I found very
annoying.
Annoying.
Yeah. And no offence to other brothers if you are watching, but I've been a working magician for many, many years, done tens of thousands of gigs and performances over the years. God knows how many. Alex has performed God knows how many times. So we do kind of know what we're talking about when it comes to going out on real world situations and doing it. So anyway, right, let's move on. Nigel Quinn says, tables look great. They pack up flat okay, question mark. Could you add a fringe on the edging? Yeah, if you want anything customised like that, just speak to us, Nigel.
You tart, Nigel. A bit of fringe. You get a Dolly
Parton.
And a perfectly elegant table.
Oh, they look good, don't they? Yeah, we can add a fringe around them. We can add a little curtain around them, whatever you want, mate. Because we make them.
Nigel.
We can make anything. And it's a lot cheaper than the Magic Circle close-up table we did. So we're making one of those. If you ever seen the YouTube clip of the table we built for the Magic Circle, a nice big kind of it's almost like a game controller shape, isn't it?
That's lovely.
Beautiful table, but it's a £1,500 table. A lot of work goes into it, and they're very expensive to build. And we had a few questions about those. We are building one for somebody else, our second table. But these are a nice, cheap alternative. Not quite as posh, but yeah, they do the job great. Hope you're okay, Jace, says Nick Hancock. Nick Adcock. Martin Nestor says, hi PropDog, I enjoy your show and loved your honest review of Summit trailer by Abstract Effects. I can assume that you won't be stocking this. Good job for a living. You won't be stocking this good job for living an honest opinion. For giving an honest opinion. Yeah, but are you concerned that you might have upset Murphys? Oh, yeah, without a doubt. I have 100% upset Murphys, which I apologise to Murphys for. But this is nothing personal against Murphys. This is about giving our customers some feedback. I speak a bit more in depth on this with a podcast I just recently done with Craig Petty that will be available next week. I'd like it to go back to the old days where you knew that 90% of what you were going to buy is good and you know what you're buying, and the only way really for that to ever happen again is for dealers to stand up and say, no, we won't stock this, we're not happy with this, give us something better. And if enough dealers do that, then Murphys will hopefully have a bit more of a filter on what they take on, because the Murphys, they'll take on anything and then sell it to us, and more often than not we don't know what we're buying because all we see is the same trailer as you. And if enough dealers decide to say, hang on a minute, I won't get that, Murphys, give get some better stuff in, there'll be a bit more of a filter. That's the way I see it. I mean, saying that, some people might like Summit. They might like it. You know, again, these are all our own opinions. You know, we're only going to say what we want to say. But yeah, we know we are going to piss a lot of people off, and yeah, I know Murphy's won't like us for doing it, and I'm sorry, but you know, we are giving our opinions. We're just being honest, and if you don't like that, then
I mean, yeah. I mean, look, if you took Summit and you did a version of Durham Brown's Smoke with a Sharpie, it would be a much better effect. And what really annoyed me was the fact that they lied on that trailer, and they were deliberately misleading. And even though they did do that Facebook thing with Murphy's, and they did actually say, yeah, given a second chance, we would have changed it. We would have done it better. Yeah. I think there is deep down a reason why they said things like no equivocate and no whatever. And,
it's not their first release, you know what I mean? It's not the first release.
And to do that, they were deliberately being misleading, and I can't stomach that in a world where we do actually have people coming in here and spending their hard-earned money, thinking, and they've just been lied to.
They've released dozens of things. They should know a bit better by now. Yeah.
I'm start going red again.
Yes. Right. Okay. Right, okay. George says, poor Jason, nobody gets his jokes. Jason says, I wouldn't mind, it wouldn't be the first time, Martin.
Has Jason ever said a joke? I don't think he's ever said
Jason is a joke. He's just a laughing stock of the shop, really. Jason's a funny bloke.
He is very funny. He is very funny. Well, they've seen him without his clothes on. They know what he's like.
Right, to explain the earlier church comment, says Jason. Okay, but he doesn't. Later on there. Right, to explain the church comment, I was watching the PropDog table video in another window on YouTube, switched to the live, and all I could hear was Alex and Dave shouting, "What's going on?" Subsequently, a new video has loaded randomly on YouTube about children and religion, and I thought it was playing through the live.
Yeah, very.
It was a truly albino moment. Right, okay. Right. But thank you for explaining, Jason. It makes more sense now. Could you guys show both TCC Close Up cases, please? Thanks. Says Torin. Yeah,
we've only got the black leather. We've got the browns in, have we?
Yeah, we'll just show that one. Yeah. Josh says, is the black velvet for the close-up table good for black art? That depends on the black art you're using there, Josh, because it has a nap to it. Okay, so all the velvet, if you can imagine a close-up of the velvet, there's a little sort of fibres all going in one direction like that. So if you wipe it one way, it's smooth, the other way feels a bit rough, which means when the light comes from one angle, it doesn't reflect. So it's darker from this angle than it is from this angle where the light reflects back up again. Seems a bit bizarre. If you want to see it, I can show you on the table. I can kind of turn them around while you're looking at it. So it's dark one side, not the other side. Now, if you're using black velvet and it's in the same direction as the table, it'll work. If it's the reverse way, it won't work. Or if you're using black felt or black baize or black suede, then it wouldn't work with the table. Ideally, you want the table or the surface to be the same material as the black art you're using.
I don't think the difference in fabric's going to show up from that distance.
Yeah, let's have a look on the close up on this. Yes. So,
bye.
Right, so Torin, this is for you, my friend. These are the tables. Sorry, the table. The close-up cases. So inside it's a fairly standard one, and yeah, and on the outside you've got this lovely little sort of black leather with the embossing on there.
It's nice, actually. It's nice. Yeah. This one's a tough. What do you call it? I don't know what them. PV. What was it? Nylon.
Yeah, it's definitely a nylon of some kind. But yeah.
But they're nice.
Black nylon-y stuff.
I'll just show you quickly inside. So the inside
we did the inside, yeah.
Oh, you got all the reminders.
Yep. Yeah.
They're nice. They were good. So they're kind of just about the right size, I think.
Nigel says, Mike Sullivan's Princess card trick is superb. Great for Zoom too. Yes, we are going to be talking a bit about that. Did we download the video or not?
I did. It's on Dropbox.
It's on Dropbox. Okay, we can watch it through there. So we'll show you that in a second, folks. We'll talk. Is that on the list, is it?
It's on the list.
Okay. Afternoon, lads, says Eddie Grant. Afternoon, Eddie. Jason said, oh, you've done that one. Yeah. Josh says, TCC cases are a little expensive for what they are. They are good, though, but can you also look up cable electronic cases on Amazon, and they are cheaper, by the way. Not electrician's cases, electrical. Thank you, Josh. You see,
that's a good tip. Electrical.
Handy little tip. Thanks for that, Josh. Mark says, I'm still searching for the puppy to join our house. Aki is exactly what I'm after. How much is postage for the pooch? To post Aki up there.
Jason's answered.
We'll call it 5 million. 5 million, and I will let you. I'll post that to you for free. There we go. George says I've started reading "Leading with Your Head" by Gary Kurtz. It's great. Good, George. That's great news. It's free over £50, says Jason. Adrian says thank you, Alex. I did in fact just buy a new bookshelf, but only half the size as the lady of the house banned a full size one. God, divorce or get rid of it. You're not married. Just. Now to wait for Sunday, just in case Cupid brings me something.
Has she? Yeah, okay. Has she bought a new wardrobe? That's what you got to worry about.
Otto says, love the review of the other brother's latest release. They seemed a bit butthurt about it on their interview with Murphy's. It wasn't a review, Otto. It was just an edited trailer. They call it a review too, but it's a trailer. Yeah. Jake Allen says, Dave, have you had to do any magnet fishing for Alex's cooker and washing machine yet? Not yet, but it only went in last week, so yeah, we'll see. I'm sure I'll be called round.
I'll tell you what, walking over that, I was seriously nervous walking over that gangplank with that cooker.
Especially considering it was icy as well.
It was icy,
yeah,
it
really
was
icy.
like,
Gangplank that big, freezing cold. Jonas says, as it's snow cold and PropDog Friday today, drink is a hot chocolate with some salted caramel bourbon in it. Oh, hello.
I think it's probably salted caramel bourbon with a drop of hot chocolate. I think you've got that the wrong way around there, Jonas.
He just showed the hot chocolate to the glass and said that's enough. Yeah. And on tables, if you need yours refitting, you will not go wrong sending it to PropDog, says Adrian. Thank you, mate. Otto, Ari the other brothers, what? Where's the link to this? Says Jason. Right, so Jason, if you go to the Murphy's Magic Supplies Inc. Facebook page, so that's what it is, not Murphy's Magic, it's Murphy's Magic Supplies Inc. on there. Click on the tab that says live, and under the live video section, you got one with the other brothers, and you can look at it on there. Same goes to anyone else.
I'll tell you what, it would have been nice if they'd asked us to go on it too.
I would love to go live with them. Yeah, they had a problem with us. I know they were talking mainly about the Magic Cafe, but then it kind of went straight over to well, they didn't mention us exactly, but they said, you know, the company we're giving props to or whatever it was, so they're on about us. But we would love to join them and just put our comments across.
Why didn't they want to mention us? I could have said propdog.co.uk.
I would have had no problem with that whatsoever. Maybe they didn't want to publicise us.
Maybe. Well, that's
because they publicise us, and more people will look at us and go, "Hey, those guys are being honest. They're not ripping us off like these other."
But then they were public. Oh, okay. Anyway, I'll get into it.
Okay. Andy Tingley says, "Move to Shirley. Spare shops, cheap rent, and lots of passing traffic." Says Andy.
Yeah, traffic passing. I've seen how fast that goes through Shirley. Yeah. They're not hanging around. They're going to keep their wheels.
Move the shop to Norwich, so it's only down the road from me, said Jake Allen. Well, I'm from Norwich, actually, Jake, so Norwich was on the list of places to look at, but I decided I didn't want to go back up to Norwich again. Nothing against Norwich, I love Norwich. It's just, I wanted to move closer to the coast and not the Norfolk coast, Kevin Peel says, you're welcome down here in Sussex. Thank you, Kevin. George says, you probably don't remember, Dave, but last time I visited you gave me a $50 stack made of plastic. Yeah, I remember, every time I look at it, I wonder how you made it. So George, that was just an experimental casting with the new silicone I had. So I basically put a lot of coins, stacked them on top of each other, cover them with silicone, let it dry, turned it over, had a lovely little mould, fill it with a black resin, and that's how I made it. So it was just an experiment. It's just been on the mantelpiece here for the last 8 years, hence the reason I give it to you. Nigel says, thought of moving to Milton Keynes, my local. I did look at Milton Keynes as well. Yeah, that's been on the list as well. Property just a little bit too expensive over there in Milton Keynes there, Nigel. It's about £13.50 per square foot at the moment. I need cheaper. Simon Keynes has come to East Sussex. Stephen Murphy says, will you be getting black JOL ID cases back in stock, please? Yes, Stephen, we will. We're just waiting for them to come back. They are being made, but they are made with the rest of the JOL stuff in India. And India... at the best of times, when everything is running smoothly, don't understand any kind of concept of timelines or deadlines. So when they say it'll be ready in a month, what they mean is it'll be ready any time from a month to 6 months. Now when COVID hits and all hell is breaking loose over in India, that means it'll be ready any time between 1 month and a year. So they were ordered in September and promised 3 months. So yeah, it could be here next week. It could be here another 2 or 3 months. I don't know. But we're waiting for a lot of other stuff from them too, including some new stuff for you guys as well. Not JWL stuff either. Mateed says, just wait for less than a month before you start moving. The truth is coming out. Matthew Redmond, afternoon. Is there any news on the improved David Duval straitjacket that you currently have in production? Again, that's coming from India, where they're making them, and exactly the same. We've had the prototypes, we've tested the prototypes, we've made all the amendments to the prototypes, and it back them to redo the prototypes, and we're just waiting for them to arrive now. They've been paid for as well. Geordie says, have you seen Summit by Patrick Kuhn, Abstract Effects? If so, opinion. Never seen it before, Geordie. Have no idea what it is. I sent you the link, says Ottar. Walter says, tables look great, but I'm too far away. Not at all, Ottar. We send stuff this big all the time to the States. It just means a bit more pricey on shipping. I think to the States would have to go by courier, such as DHL, so you're probably looking about £80 in shipping, which is a little bit expensive, I must admit.
Ask us for a quote, though. If you ever want anything this large, just ring up, ask for a quote. So you don't have to buy it first.
We ship to the States,
we'll find out
all the time.
Yeah, so you'll find out exactly how much you'll be paying before you have to.
Yeah. The good news is, though, you won't be paying for VAT, but you know that. You've ordered from us before anyway, Walter, so you know that. But yeah, but we can get you a quote. You never know. It might be cheaper than we thought. James says, hi guys. Going to buy one of your hardback close-up pads after you gave the info a week or two on another live. How much difference does the extra wadding padding really make to the coins? Does it negatively affect card handling in any way? Also, I can't see the waterproof layer you mentioned in the video about them as an option to order on the page. Would you need an order by email for that? Last question, suede or velvet for cards? Okay, so a few questions. Now, first of all, the waterproof layering. Yeah, we've only done that for one customer, and that was for Houdini's Magic Bar. So we basically put a waterproof layering underneath for them because people might spill drinks on it. But to be honest, it doesn't feel as nice, and I don't recommend it. Unless you're working in a bar environment, it's not a good option for you. So I would say don't worry about that. The extra wadding. So it does make a difference. If you want to pick a coin up from a table using a purse palm, then the extra wadding does make that slightly easier. But to be honest, it's not a huge difference. It's not a huge difference. Most people just prefer it standard as it is. The extra wadding won't make any difference with cards. If you do want the extra wadding, it'll handle just as well with cards as it will with coins. Now, suede or velvet, again, that's up to you. If you're having custom printed like this, then I would say go with the suede. Now, the reason being, if you've got a velvet one down there, the velvet ones, they have a directional nap. I was just explaining you earlier about these tables. The piles, the fibres going a certain direction. So what that means, yeah, put my pass it up anyway. Oh. Yeah, no, pass it up anyway. So any velvet one will do.
Yeah.
Come on, Alex. There you go. Right, okay, so this is a suede one. What you find with the suede is you have a direction. Now, we do the direction so that the nap goes up and down, not side to side. So if I swipe my hand side to side, nothing. But if I go up or down,
nothing.
This is quite a good one. If you see, it's a light thing. So maybe, there you go, right. So the light reflecting there, so you can see. So if I go that way, it wipes it up. If I go up and down, you see how you get that nap. Now that's fine to work with because you're putting stuff down, it's absolutely fine. Get rid of that mark on it. But what will happen, if you've got a routine where you're doing like a matrix routine with coins and you're sliding them around the table, you might end up with a bit of a mark where you slid it, if that makes sense. Now that is actually more pronounced on the suede itself. So if you've got suede, you'll find that is even more pronounced, as you can see there. But when it comes to printing, if you print suede, it's a different type of suede. There is no nap at all. So this is a velvet. So there's very little kind of pile on this one. As a printed velvet, you can see not much on there. There is a tiny bit, not much. But printed suede, I haven't got any printed suede here. There is no nap at all in it, so you can go back and forward. The printed suede is slightly harder wearing, and dark colours come out better, and the design comes a little bit crisper. But the velvet feels nicer and softer. So it really depends on what you want. If you're interested in a specific colour, let me know and we can make a little video and show it to you, because some of the suedes work better than other suedes. Yeah, that's a printed suede. That's a wood effects printed suede, but that's got, you can see there's no nap at all on that one whatsoever, but you get the idea. So yeah, I hope that helps you, James. But anything you're interested in, just drop us an email. We're more than happy to make little videos and show you things to help you make your mind up. Your decision. Chris Gullenders, hello. He says, get yourself down to sunny Hampshire, Dave. Central location near the coast, cheap industrial units, and probably no business rates. Well, I moved up here from Fareham, so I lived in Fareham for 13 years. So I know the south coast in Hampshire very, very well. You know, that's my old haunt. So I grew up in Norfolk and Stevenage, and then after I left the Marines, I was in Portsmouth and Fareham for many, many years. So I do that area very, very well. But to be honest, Dominic is down there. He's got his little shop now. I don't want to compete with Dominic for a walking shop down that area. Geordie, have you not seen our trailer video? If not, where have you been, says Jason. Pete Donnelly, afternoon doggers. Hope all is well. Hello, Pete. I hope all is well, buddy. And I saw your comment about Summit, mate. I'm glad we helped out. Jake Allen, even Bobo isn't keen on Summit. Even Bobo's trying to destroy it, says Torin. Josh Riley says, looks like Bobo doesn't like it either. Nick Adcock, love the honesty about Summit, 10 out of 10. Pete Meacham, she's really going down on that. That's how long ago it was Bobo was chewing that. Yeah. She's back in her cage now. George says, thanks for the review, guys. I can't believe I thought for 1 minute that Abstract Effects would put out a good product. Yeah, for whatever reason, Abstract Effects, since they went to Abstract Effects, it seems to have gone a bit downhill. I mean, even Nicholas Lawrence decided to leave for whatever reason. So, yeah, I'm not sure. But little things like the finger, the debut one, little things like that. It's like, why? It just, yeah, it didn't make any sense.
Does anyone know? I mean, I don't know anything about the other brothers at all, or where they came from, or anything.
No.
But they just seem to be.
Does anyone know if they're performers? If they've ever been out there working in the real world? I know they do some consulting, but are they just creators? No idea. Don't know much about them. Nigel Quinn says, I'll give you 20 sovs for the Summit after Bobo's finished with it.
Well, actually, our Summit's been improved. It's been
yeah,
top
yeah. So with our demo unit here, one of the parts in it was chewed up by Aki. He managed to get hold of it, so I reprinted it and redid it properly, and now all of a sudden it looks much more like the end of a Sharpie would look like than what comes with it. But yeah. Andy Short says the trick is good. The other brothers have the knack for screwing up decent things, in my honest opinion. Chris Watts says, any jobs going? I'm available washing cars, fixing boats, puppy walking, bird feeding. Also have a lot of customer service experience out of work from Primark with no furlough. My dream is to work with you guys. Thank you, Chris.
Oh, well, best of luck, Chris.
If we could afford it, we would. But I mean, especially at the moment, we're struggling to stay open at the moment in the current climate with COVID and everything. But yeah, right. Okay. Shall we talk about something before we lose some viewers? Something more interesting, just reading comments.
Right. Well, okay.
What do we talk about?
We got Juan Tamariz.
Oh yes. So yeah, the brand new Juan Tamariz workshop. Is it the workshop? It's kind of like masterclass has come in, which confused me a bit today because there were 3 volumes, and I opened up and found volume 2, volume 4, and volume 6. And I said to Alex, "Hang on a minute, what happened to volume 3, volume 1, 3, and 5?"
So, well, I've got no idea. So it is.
We don't know.
It is a 6-part. So I got onto GCaps. It is a 6-part masterclass, of which they've only released 3 parts. And instead of releasing 1, 2, and 3, they've released 2, 4, and 6. But they are the 3 you've got. Whether the other parts ever get released, I don't know.
Oh, hang on a minute. Ah, right, okay. This DVD that you have in your hands corresponds to one part of the work of 6 discs, right? Live 1, 3, and 5, Danny Ortiz. Live 2, 4, and 6, Juan Tamariz.
Yep.
So I think what they're saying is the masterclass, 1, 3, and 5, is basically exactly the same as this, but with Danny Ortiz, which is pretty stupid. Why don't you just have 1, 2, and 3 Juan Tamariz, 1, 2, and 3 Danny Ortiz? So maybe that's the answer to what it is. But anyway, we have them. They're available. We've got 12 of each. And yeah, we are really looking forward to it because we love Juan. Everyone loves Juan Tamariz. You can't go wrong with that. I mean, the amount of new monikers we've sold and 5 Pops of Magic and whatever. Yeah. Okay, so what else we got in?
Right, we got... well, Bitcoins are back in.
Oh, yeah,
we can show them now.
Yeah, because people were asking about them. We did talk about them last week, but in case you want to see what they look like, you get it out. I'll get the close-up cam on so you can see what they look like. We did talk about this. Wrong zoom, not that one. Where is it? There we go. That's the one. There we go. Right, so that's what they look like. As we did mention before, they are an off-the-shelf product. Get the light on that. Where's the light? So there we go. Do you want to turn the light on above? Oh, I'll turn it on. Hang on. Turn that one on for a second. You see, there you go, a bit more light on that. So that's what they look like. They do look very nice. separate. They're not created by SansMinds. They're actually created independently. But what they do provide is a nice little. What they do provide is the instruction with it, and what you're paying for, in my opinion, is the routines and everything they teach you in that, and the Bitcoin's a little extra bonus they give you, and that is why I think it's actually worth it. And,
yeah, it's just a shame, but again, there's no why lie about it.
I don't know if they're lying or just being misleading. There's a difference between lying and being misleading.
But this is the thing.
They imply they created it.
Well, they misled me because they said we brought Bitcoin to life.
Yeah. But you didn't bring Bitcoin to life, did you? Yeah, yeah.
And there's no need to, because the coins, if you got them off the internet, they'd cost you, I don't know, £5 probably, unless you bought a load from.
If you buy them in bulk, they're 30p each.
But you're not going to do that,
yeah,
are you?
So you buy them individually, about £3, I think.
Yeah, £3. Plus you get a good tuition. So
if
for £17, it's a bargain.
Yeah,
so just
absolutely.
say that.
You're paying £7 for a Coin Magic DVD or video. Yeah. So well done, SansMinds. It's nice to be able to say that for a change. Right. What else?
Right. Oh dear. Should we do the Oracle system?
This has frustrated the hell out of me because it's a lovely little thing. The cards are well made. They're really nice. Come in a nice little leather case, and also very leather. Good. But tell you what, watch the trailer and tell me what you got. Watch the trailer and tell me the routine. Be careful because you're showing this on YouTube.
Oh yeah,
be careful.
I can't do that, can I?
You can't.
Sorry.
This is what really annoys me. So if you read the ad description on it, well, you can tell them. Yeah. We can't show you.
So basically, the big problem. So I did. So I have. It's a very long tutorial, I have to say. You're not allowed. If you look at the bottom of our product description, it says you've got no. Live,
no rights,
recording, performance rights, and that includes YouTube, Instagram, anything else. So not just TV, not just going on live TV. Any form of video media that you might be doing.
You probably can't even do it on Zoom.
No, you can't
because if you do it on Zoom and somebody's watching recording it, they put it up. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, I'm not sure what happens if someone films you at a gig doing it and that goes live.
Because of that, there's no performance on the trailer because obviously they'll be breaking their own rules. But, I mean,
I think he's allowed to do it,
but he doesn't. Why doesn't he?
No, and actually, so this is.
You don't really know what you're buying, do you?
Is it a misleading trailer? I'll tell you what. So you don't get to see the whole routine. Why not? I really don't know why not, because actually I quite like it in a way.
Yeah, I want to show it. I want to show how good the cards are. I want to show how it looks. I want to be able to show you guys a performance, do it live. We can't. We're not allowed to demo it.
And he talks a lot about how great the cards are and everything else, and they are great. The wallet's great.
Yeah.
The routine is really good. So the routine is nothing terribly original, which again bothers me a little bit with his idea that you can't perform it on a live TV show or anything like that, because actually there isn't that much that's original in it. I know he's going to claim there are nuances and things like that, and whatever. But the method, the idea of using tarot cards, really, that's not new, is it? So I mean, unless he's going to claim anyone using tarot cards to do a reading on TV is using the Oracle system, I don't know. Anyway. But so that is a big problem. I mean, that is just crazy. I don't know what they're thinking. I don't even know whether they care. How many people are going to perform this on a TV show that millions of people are going to watch or whatever? Very few. Even if you did it on your YouTube, I don't know how many YouTube channels get, but not very many. It's not worth bothering about. Why put that in? Very, very annoying. Why not show the whole trailer? The bit they do show is a very clean piece of mind reading. That is best case scenario.
Yeah. Best
case scenario. You've lucked out. That's what they show. He also says it enables you to read minds.
No.
I'm sorry, if you are genuinely able to read minds, then brilliant. Then you don't need the gimmicks, do you? So anyway.
Is it nice? Yes. Is it good? Yes. Is it worth the money? Yes, it is.
It is.
But why the earth, Ben? Why the earth do you come around and say no one can show it on YouTube or live shows? That's what the whole world is about now. The world is about that. I can understand if you say on TV performances, some people do put that on. I don't know why. But you put that on YouTube and you'll sell, somebody does it on YouTube, they're advertising your product for you. You'll sell more of them. And yeah, I just don't know why you say that. On a world where everything is about YouTube and social media.
It's a lovely product.
Yeah.
It's brilliant tuition. I know, buy it. If you like doing mentalism with DSP cards, this is very similar to that, but it's tarot cards. But I mean, just don't stick that on it. That's very
Annoys
annoying.
me, it really does.
But otherwise, lovely.
But anyone who says, "Oh, you can't do TV rights on this," it's like, well, why not? You do it on TV. You're going to sell loads of them if that's your goal. And what harm does it do? But
No. Anyway,
yeah.
very well performed, very well taught. Nice product, $34.99. I recommend buying it if you like. If you can try and figure out what you get on the trailer.
While we're talking about stuff like this, bring out thought transmitter. Right.
Oh, actually, the other thing is Ben Seidman. Who does he look like?
Oh yeah.
It's a spitting image of. I don't know Ben if you're watching, or if anyone knows Ben. He's a spitting image of.
If anyone watches NCIS Los Angeles and a fan of it, I was a fan. I watched every single one. Then you know Eric, who is one of the computer nerds. He is the spitting image of Eric. So if you do watch it, look at Ben Seidman on YouTube. Look at Eric side by side. Spitting image. Scary. Anyway, right. So we've talked quite a bit about this in the past. I've talked a lot about it. I was really a big fan of Thought Transmitter, and we said the other day that there's a new one coming out. We're really excited because Thought Transmitter 3 is here. Woo! Now, is it actually Thought Transmitter 3?
Well,
or is it Thought Transmitter Pro? I'm not sure. I'm not sure whether it's just a re-release or what. But I have never been so disappointed because I was looking forward to a brand new version of Thought Transmitter, and this is pretty much exactly the same, other than it's more cheaply made. And if you know what Thought Transmitter is and how it works, then what I'm doing here, yeah, it kind of does what it's meant to, but I think it's identical, but just slightly worse made. I can't really see any difference in it whatsoever in the way it works, other than the fact it's now produced, funny enough, by Murphy's. Yeah, they don't even provide you with elastic band. You've got the old one, but that's obviously no big deal, yeah. But I just think, I mean, it works, it does the job, but I don't think it does it quite as well. And for whatever reason, they all look like they've got water spilt on them and seeped in. You've got this kind of little black mark, you can see on it there. Very shiny. See the little black marks on there? They all seem to be like that. You can get rid of that yourself. Just stick some cards in it, rub it around. But they all seem to be like that from the start.
I will tell you what, I was a bit surprised when Dave showed me how it was made. I have to say, that was a bit like, really?
It seems to be, I mean, the first one was amazingly made, really well made, but it was a white light, not quite as good. So the improvement was on the red one, but these ones seem to be really cheaply made. They've had like a budget way of getting the light, if you know what the light is, and it makes it really visible, more visible than you want it to be, and it doesn't light it up as well. And yeah, I just don't think it's as well made. But it is still fun Thought Transmitter. They still do work and they do the job, and they are a great product. I'm just rather disappointed. I was hoping as a third version it was going to be something new and groundbreaking, as much of a difference between the first and the second one. If you know the differences between the first and the second, they are big differences, and I was hoping there'd be as much difference between this and the other one. So I thought it was a third version. Maybe I'm getting it wrong and it's just a remake of it, and it's exactly the same as the second one. But we'll do a bit more research into it. It's not on the website yet, but that's the introduction. But yeah, I'm really disappointed because I was looking forward to some groundbreaking new principle behind it, and it wasn't. So there we go. But there we are. It's still a Thought Transmitter, and they still are bloody brilliant. Okie dokie, let's get on with some more comments. Andy Tingley says, seems like all the other brothers want now is a quick quid in their bank accounts. Feel let down as used to like their magic. Yeah, same with us. We used to like it. I don't know whether it is or whether they're just being a bit naive or whether they've just got a need to get tricks out as quickly as they can for whatever reason, and that was just...
That's 2 years, that's not quick. 2 years they spent on that. 2 years.
Well, what's funny is in 2 years they don't have a single live performance that they can show you on the actual trailer. And they said they might try and get a live performance, but hang on a minute, they filmed the entire trailer. They must have live performances from the trailer.
What, you would have thought?
You would have thought so.
Well, so in 2
Andrew
years.
Short says, all anyone has to do is see Cunn's performance of Instagram and you will understand something. Okay. Nigel says, excited to hear about Richard Young's latest TNR changing card released for March. Rita, hello Rita. She says, hello from lucky country of Australia. I've missed you. I miss Australia. Never been to Australia, but I miss Australia. I would love to go to Australia.
My godson's in Australia.
I have family in Australia, yeah, and a few friends in Australia as well. Yeah, I've got a few
Ollie,
friends,
if you're watching.
a few magician friends who moved over there, and one that moved back. Jake Allen says the other brothers just want to make a quick quid. They don't worry about the trailer, as at the end of the day, customers will go and complain to the dealer rather than the other brothers. Yeah, well said, Jake. Hans says, I just love you when you say that you are what you say about products like Summit and Abstract Effects. You're great. Thank you, Hans. It may be our downfall one day when Murphy stopped dealing with us because they don't like the way we're being honest, but you never know. Nigel says, looking forward to Craig's review of Summit. Yes, I'm looking forward to that as well, yeah. Mario says, even in PropDoggers, hope everyone is well. Just very quickly, by the way, if you do like our trailer of Summit, do check out Craig Petty's reviews. He does the most honest review. I mean, you thought our reviews were honest. You wait till you see Craig and Young Ryland do their reviews. Yeah, they knock us out the water, really, don't they? Brilliant. Really good, really honest. And, you know, Craig performs every single one, and it gives his honest opinion. And more importantly, Craig buys the stuff himself. He's not a promoter of magic, he's a reviewer. A lot of people out there like Ekaterina and, what's her name?
Magic Orthodoxy? No?
No,
Tyler.
Tyler Lumsford, yeah. They seem to be more promoters of magic rather than reviewers. They get sent the stuff for free, so not really giving an honest review, because if they give a bad review, they won't get stuff for free. And chances are the stuff they get, if they do review it and it is good, no one really sends out a really shit product review anyway, do they? So if it's really shit, I mean, if we release something shit, not that we wouldn't send it out to review somebody because we know shit.
Well, we'd make it. We'd stop at that point, wouldn't it?
Yeah. So, yeah, people who buy the stuff to review, like Craig, you know you're getting as much of an honest review as you can. Steve Faulkner does the same. He's really good.
I'll tell you what, what I like about Craig is his complete and utter passion for magic.
Yes. Oh, yes. Yeah. He's a hardcore magician as well.
Yep.
And he's been out there in the real world, thousands of performances, very good business brain on. He's a good close-up, parlor and everything. And you know, when he talks about a product, you're getting his wealth of experience. No offense to Tyler, you're a nice guy, Tyler, but you know, you can't have how many belts, performances under the belt someone like Craig has got to what you've got. I don't even know if you perform, but I know Craig has been performing for years and years and years and knows one hell of a lot about performing. With someone like Tyler, no offence, you give a good review, you know, you talk well, but have you got the real life knowledge of someone like Craig has? So for me, I'll watch Craig any day of the week. Andrew Shaw.
I'll tell you what Craig would do with something though also. He's got wonderful Sharpie moves, hasn't he? A bit like Champ. You could really add quite a lot into stuff for the shop. I wonder if he plays with it well. Yeah,
I look forward to seeing it. Yeah. Andrew Short says, what I don't understand about Summit is this: why do 6 cards gaff rather than the full 12? So you could let the spectator have the card. Has to be just as easy doing it 12 as 6. Good point.
Well, just use. Well, I'll tell you what, you could buy 2 and have one in each pocket.
Or just buy 12 Sharpies.
Have
12 Sharpies ready to go. Michael Leach says, my favourite books all lined up in a row on your shelf, all worth their money. Thank you, Michael. Sean Mann says, let's be honest, the latest and greatest section on the cafe is a cesspit. And that's coming from somebody who posts on there. Yeah, I rarely ever post on there. I search PropDog every now and again to see if anyone's slating our reviews. Yeah, that's about all. Can Otter do a review of Summit, says Jake Allen. It's not a bad point. What are we going to do with Summit?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure Ottar could do something with it.
Oh gosh.
Ethan, what was it Savant said about it? He said
Summit's going to plummet.
Yeah, or that's a plummet for Summit or something like that. Yeah, that's a good one, yeah. Well done, Bobo, says Ethan. George says, will you be giving away Summit? If so, I'd honestly be interested in looking at it. No, you wouldn't, George. Pete says, I think your video was very justified. I hate misleading trailers. They do nothing for our art. I totally get it with some effects. You can't show a full performance. However, why can't you do it? You should be able to do a full performance of anything, really. However, out as you have already shared with us, you could have done a full performance. So why make it misleading other than to make money?
Yeah, I mean, I was saying, when I got into magic, I'd go to lectures and things, and you'd see someone perform something, and you'd go, "Wow, I want to learn how to do that."
Yes.
You wouldn't go, "Right, I think I've got a fair idea of how that's done. I'll go home and try and figure it out." You'd learn it. You'd do that, and that's the same. You know, you watch any DVD, you get the performance, and you go, "Oh, I'm really looking forward to the explanation. I want to learn it."
But let's face it, right? Let's say Summit, they did a full live performance, and there was a move that maybe you could see that was involved in it. So what? You're the person looking to buy this. No layperson out there is going to search on the internet for Summit. No one's going to look for it or find it. And even if they watch you do it in a show and want to try and figure it out, okay, if they if they search for something like that, they're going to find a magic shop selling it, and they might see it on the trailer. But then, if it's available for them to buy anyway, they can just go and buy it. They want to know the secret, you know. But is somebody really going to go search for that and find it? No, the only person who's going to watch that trailer is going to be a magician.
I'm going to big up Wayne Fox here because he released his card to box, and he does a full performance of it. And obviously, because it's on a static camera, he can't misdirect the camera. You see the load, you see the move, you see the load, everything. But you still got to buy the box. So if you like the reaction that got from those spectators in that performance, you'd buy it. Yeah. And that's what you need to know. Otherwise you'd get it, you know, there's no reason for him to lie. And he was completely right on doing that. And hats off to Wayne for doing it. And everyone should just follow suit.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Wash your mouth out, George, says Jason. Han says, you want Otter to blow the thing up. Yes. Pretty much. Sean Mann says, is it the same index that Instagram uses?
It's roughly the same index as you'll find in an old trick in Encyclopedia of Card Magic by... I can't remember who it's by. But it's called Killam or something like that. And in that trick, he... Can I say what that trick involves?
I don't know. Don't know what you're on about.
Okay, so there's a trick, an Encyclopedia of Card Tricks by Jean Hugar, where I think it's Buckley has rolled up cards. He drills 10 holes into a block of wood, a thin block of wood, and he puts the cards in that, and that's in his pocket.
It's kind of similar to that, is it?
It's kind of similar to that.
Yeah, but obviously you need the gimmicks that go with it to now allow you to put it into a Sharpie as well.
Yeah, I wouldn't bother trying to make it. You might as well buy it if you're going to buy it or use some other method. Or
I'm just
whatever.
wondering if there's any way you could actually bring like a sign build to Sharpie in with that, in that you get a build sign and you kind of roll it up and then you vanish it and then you somehow load that into the Sharpie.
Well, this is the problem. This is what doesn't make sense, because if it was a signed card inside the Sharpie, then it would be transportation, in which case it would work.
Yeah.
The fact it's a prediction, then the prediction should be inside the whole time. So that's why Darren's trick works. This trick doesn't. You could do Darren's trick if you know how that's done with it, but then they don't teach that.
Jason says, I can see Nigel as Dolly Parton. In fact, I have. I love a friend, says Nigel. Jason says,
Islands in the Stream.
That's what I was promised.
Oh, I want to see Nigel and Jason singing Islands in the Stream.
What table are you talking about, says Pete Donnelly. So the table we're talking about, the one if you come on late to the live, Pete, you're going to miss it. But basically, there's two little tables over there that they're just something I've converted a bistro table into a close-up table, basically, thanks to some tables that Steve Legg recommended, and I made one for him. Andy Tingley says there's a new YouTube channel soon. Sort out, Dave. There's a new YouTube channel soon showing the magic trailer and then showing the truth. I haven't started yet, so watch out soon. Don't know who's doing the channel, as it was advertised in between something I was watching. Okay, interesting. George says, if there's anything like debut, it's emoji. Jake Allen says, why would you release a misleading trailer for people to waste their money on a product, especially the way the world is now? I said I'd have no problem with it if they'd have been completely honest about it and you know what you're getting. It's still overpriced for what it is. But
well, the problem is we were talking. So actually, I mean, you know roughly how much. Well, you recreated some of it. Didn't take long.
No.
Did it? I mean,
basically,
I said, well, you discovered the bits, went down.
Yeah, we broke a bit, and I 3D printed one of the bits in a few seconds. But I mean, price wise, well, I won't say how much it cost, but it doesn't cost a lot. It's a lot of money to release. But again, it goes through Murphy's. If it goes through Murphy's, everything's going to be more expensive anyway. But I just still don't think it's as much as that. I personally think the box costs probably more to produce than the actual parts you get with it. But there we go. Jason's a funny bloke. He's a funny bloke. Can I get on some kind of plaque? It's certainly going on the website. I'll post up there, Jason. There you are. That's it. Right. James Howell says there was a channel a few years back called TNT from the Balcony production guys. Okay. Ottar says, careful what you wish for, mate. Nigel says, has anyone heard any news on the Blackpool Virtual Convention? I've not heard anything. I don't know whether anyone watching has. Lee Alex, hello Lee, I hope all is well, mate. He says, good evening peeps, it's wine o'clock here. Did you get sorted, Alex, with the question you messaged the other day?
I did, thank you very much, Lee. Yeah, so, yeah.
Andy Tingley says, why don't you have a mobile shop? Alex might sell you his boat. I could do dealer dams at your local river. You know, come down and have a dealer dam. Yeah, where do you live? I live in Oxford. Don't worry, I'll be down the Thames in a minute.
I love the idea of a PropDog shop arriving.
Do you know what I thought of this? Oh no, I thought this a long time ago. I thought about getting a little box van and putting like a mobile magic shop in it, and then taking it around to local magic clubs on their evenings. And then after the evening or before or during the break, whatever, you can pop out and have a little.
Like the ice cream van, you have a little chin.
yeah. Hey, that's a magic business idea, isn't it? Instead of the ice cream man, you go around on a mobile magic thing. You just
kids can run out for a magic trick.
Yeah, you play theme to the entertainer, and you drive around and you go out and they give you, a pound and you show them a couple of tricks out the window and then off you go. Boom. That's what you've got to do during lockdown. Get yourself set up in that. Mark Waddington says, relocate to Skipton, loads of units here, super cheap rates, and I need a job.
Well, I think that sentence says why we won't be moving to Skipton, doesn't it, really?
Yeah, the thing is, once the lockdown's over, mate, you're one of the busiest magicians I've ever met, so you'll be disappearing again. Although I do love the idea of being in the Yorkshire Dales and that around.
Oh, yeah.
That'll suit me down to the T for my hiking and camping and foraging and all the stuff I like to do. But I would like to.
I love the Yorkshire people. I remember I walked into. It's like my first time in Yorkshire. I walked into the cafe, and I take about 2 steps through the door, and someone shut that bloody door. I was like, Jesus Christ! Literally.
Instead of round here, you walk in and you go, "Oh, shut that door."
Yeah.
Right. Jason's on there. He says, if we move to Milton Keynes, we could sponsor the football team. The MK Dons sponsored the MK Dogs. Peter Meacham says South Essex is good. In fact, the wife's company is looking for separating their building. Interesting. Ottar says, how about settling in the very northeastern part of Sussex, i.e. Sweden? I'd love to move over to Sweden, Ottar, but a little bit cold for me, I'm afraid. I do like the sun and the heat. That's why Sussex is a good idea. It's nice and warm. Yeah. Danny Marsh says, if you move store, can Alex be trusted to pilot his boat to that location?
No.
We did discuss that, getting somewhere near a canal so the boat can be on it. The Isle of Wight.
Yeah.
Matthew Redmond says, I was one of the people that tested the Duval straitjacket and now I need one. Thank you for testing it, Matthew, and it won't be long, mate. Thanks, Dave and Alex, says Walter. Danny Leclerc says, any news on this year's virtual Blackpool convention? We already said that one, haven't we? Yeah, no news yet. Andy Tingley, they're moving back to Wimbledon. Jason, apparently.
That's about Wimbledon, yeah. I guess.
Okay. Milton Keynes.
Yeah.
Would a small pad get damaged easily in travel, says George? It depends how you travel, George, really. Yeah, if you've got a little protective case or something to put it in, it wouldn't be a problem. If you throw it to the gig, maybe.
Or put it.
Oh, yeah, Jason said with a close-up pad. If you throw the pad to the gig, maybe. Yeah. Ottar says laptop cases are good for travelling with a pad. So one of the products we do have coming in shortly is a close-up pad case. Okay, so as you know, we do 3 standard close-up pad sizes, the small, medium and the large. You can obviously get your custom sizes, but what we have coming is a little case that you slide your close-up pad into. It's like a little neoprene case. So if you've got a large pad, you just buy a large case for it and you put it in, zip it up, and it protects your pad. So they will be here along with the next JOL order. So the people who make the JOL wallets for us are making those pads as well. So we're going to have a look at one in leather, one in neoprene, but they should be ready in a few weeks or months. Mike Sullivan, hello buddy. He says, Mike Sullivan's PCT looks pretty good. Can you show the performance?
No.
PCT? What's that? I don't know.
No idea.
No idea.
It is Mike.
Yeah. Well,
who is this Mike guy?
I don't know. Yeah, Mike Sullivan. No.
I'd have to say.
Yeah.
So, can we be serious about Mike? Can we be serious about this? Because I'm really pleased for Mike.
Yeah, no. This is brilliant. So this is Mike's first ever release. I mean, as you know, Mike works with Wayne over at Dietrich, and they've been a team for a long time. But with Wayne on your side, it's very difficult to come up with an idea when Wayne, is next to you, because whatever you do, Wayne's just going to get the most amazing idea, and he'll be like, yeah, my idea is shit, we'll go with Wayne's idea. And then Mike comes up with a brilliant little idea, and it's fantastic. It's absolutely amazing. So, let's show you a little clip. Let's show you a clip of it first, and then we can have a little talk about it. So,
I must say, I did show it to some people, Mike, over Zoom, and they loved it.
Yeah, cracking little trick, perfect for Zoom, and really easy to do, so virtually anyone can do it. So let's have a quick look. Where are they? There it is. Right, so if I pull, not that one, let's go back. Bear with me 2 seconds, guys. I should have had this ready to go from the start, but I was useless. So, right, So bear with me, guys, while I bring you up on
technology
desktop. There we are, and here is the trailer. And boom.
Okay, so here's something for you. Take a look at these 5 cards and just remember one of them. Got it? Great. I am going to try and influence you into thinking you've seen something that doesn't exist. Are you easily influenced? You see, I mean, let's take 5 cards. Now, I know you didn't see this card. And you didn't see this card. You certainly didn't see this card. And I bet my life you never saw this card. Now remember I said you would see something that didn't exist and I would influence you? Well, it doesn't exist.
There you go. Right. Play that down.
Where's it down? What's happening?
I need a keyboard. Yeah, I need a keyboard. There we go. Keyboard's on the desk. Right, so yeah, that is Mike's take on the Princess card trick, and what a great little performance there, Mike. Shame about the cardigan, but I know. But yeah, great little performance. I mean, that is absolutely perfect for doing a Zoom show. Absolutely perfect. Really simple to do, and really baffling, and it fooled us, didn't it?
Yeah, and I have to say,
so
I performed it when I can't remember when Mike came in with it. Wasn't it last night? It was the night before, I think.
It
wasn't last night. It was the night before.
Wednesday. It was Wednesday. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
the night before. I have to say, I did actually use that line. See, I made you say that, and it got a laugh. and I really did intend to say it, and it did get a laugh. So actually, yeah, good for the gag as well.
Are we going to perform it? Are we going to perform it?
I haven't got one hand.
Well, you see Mike's performance.
Mine's at home. Mike does it better anyway.
So yeah, we think it's absolutely brilliant. So Mike's very kindly let us stock it. So if you are interested in getting it, you can support Mike by getting it from Mike at D-Trick. Just go to the D-Trick website. That's D-T-R-I-K, not with a C. You can get it from Mike on the D-Trick, or we sell it as well. So I think we've got about 24 copies or something in. But other than that, you can get it from Mike himself.
$14.99.
Well, that's a good thing. $14.99. I mean, if Murphy's are selling that, we'll probably be paying 30, 35 quid for it. So yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong with 15 quid. Yeah, that's 1.5 pints in London. Yeah, 2 pints down in East Sussex, and Mark up in Skipton, that's probably 10 pints. So yeah, yeah, we love it. Yeah, it's a great little treat. You can't go wrong with it. Simple, brilliant for Zoom. I mean, it's a perfect one, and you can probably pick it up and perform it within what, 5 minutes?
Yeah,
by that. Yeah. Yeah, the very smallest bit of sleight of hand, isn't it? Really, is that? Or, no,
I don't think there's any sleight. I would say, well,
kind, not a sleight of hand. There's a slight move, but yeah, you. I mean, anyone can do that, and you'll pick up in a minute. So yeah, absolute bargain, brilliant. Right, so was that right, Mike? Did we do you justice? Yeah.
I have to say, Mike, I think it's I you know, hand on heart. I know this is one of those things where I know Mike. But yeah, it did go down incredibly well. Yeah. I mean, I liked it when I saw it. But yeah. I was more impressed with the actions I got.
Mike released it last week, and he's sold hundreds.
Yeah,
it's flying out. So yeah. Any packet tricks you guys can recommend? Yeah, there's one called Princess Card Trick by Mike Sullivan and D-Trick. It's rather good.
I got one in based on Harapanong, his Four Treasures. He's got a trick that's sort of loosely based on Kickback by Ryan Swigert.
Okay.
So I have actually got Kickback by Ryan Swigert in, which I haven't actually learnt yet, but it is meant to be amazing. So I'd have a look at that, Eddie, if you're looking for a new one.
Yeah, other than that, you've got Double Back by John Allen, really good. Garrett Thomas, Stand Up Monty, NFW. You've got Richard Sanders, Ace, really good. You've got Twisted Sisters, is pretty good.
Tristan, I mean, for a start, you've got Doc Daly and Twisting the Aces straight out of Vernon's books, which are, I mean, very, very good anyway. And then what else have you got? You've got loads, haven't we?
Yeah. The Skin and Monty packaging, brilliant. You know, I mean, you see how much mileage. What's his name?
Bill Malone.
Bill Malone, thank you. Gets out of it.
He gets loads of laughter. And actually, on the thought of that, so we've also got wild cards.
Yes. So we get asked all the time about this, all the time. We are providing wild cards for you if you want wild cards, because if you try and buy the double-faced decks to make it up yourself, you're going to spend about 60 quid on double faces.
Yeah, you're wasting your money.
To make it all up. So,
and we can't get bicycle versions in, so anyway.
Yeah. So we
So
do
there you
have
go.
those
So they'll
in.
be on the
And
website
how much are
very
those?
soon. I don't know yet. They'll be on the website very soon.
I think they're $8.99 or something like
Yeah,
that for the whole pack. Yeah, so there we go. It's Brill, says Nigel Quinn. That's referring to Mike's version of Princess Card Trick. Princess Card Trick, by the way, somebody might say, oh, that already exists. But it's a trick that's been out there in dozens of variations over the years. Daryl's just re-released, or the Daryl team have re-released their version some time ago. But to be honest, I think Mike's version is way better than that. So, yeah. And I'm not just saying that because Mike works here and picking it up. I wouldn't say it might release something crap. I would tell you it's crap.
You also, I'll tell you the other thing is, you also, for close up, you end up relatively clean, virtually. If you put,
really.
So from that point of view, it's quite good as well.
Yeah, absolutely. They're a Star Warsing it. They're Star Warsing it. What's that, Sean?
Oh, you said what to look out for something.
I don't know what it was, but they're Star Warsing it, whatever it was. Doug Thornton says they don't like 1, 3 and 5 because they're odd. Oh, God. Jason said the Tamras DVDs, I was under the impression that you get both his and Ortiz on each. So DVD 1 masterclass, but yeah, we could be wrong. I think
there's a chat with Ortiz on all of them. Anyway.
What's the best flipper coin? Says Eddie Grant.
Well, it depends on what other coins you've got.
Yeah, there are dozens of versions out there. You got the gravity flippers, non-gravity flippers. You got the like the £2 one by Mark Mason that does the with a magnetic coin to the t-shirt and everything. Double deception. Yeah. So it really depends on what you want. If you have something specific, Eddie, drops an email and we'll help you out. Completely depends on what you need it for. Eddie says. Jason Pete Meacham says, can you see when it's you can see when it's no good because of the look of disappointment on both Dave and Alex's face. Okay, let's try this out. Show me something. Show me something I'm talking about.
Really?
Watch the dark room. Yeah, let's
right. So I've got to look at this. No, so I've got big hopes. I've got big hopes for this because this is
let's have a look. Ooh. Ooh.
I just want to mention we've got this. I'm gonna try and look at this. I've got so much to do over the weekend. I'll tell you what, my free time is getting. Anyway, but so
it's in.
Dominic Duvivier. I think he comes up with some really nice stuff, and this is his linking pins. We can just show.
As does his daughter. Do you like his daughter?
I haven't met her, Dave. That's a diplomatic answer. But really nice size pins for your linking pins routine. And I saw Quentin Reynolds do his.
He's brilliant at it, isn't he?
I'll tell you what. I dismissed it every time I saw someone move a pin across a hanky. I'd yawn. Saw him do it. I was absolutely, honestly, I thought that is such an amazing thing to do. I mean, it defies logic, and it's wonderful, and it's just some safety pins.
It's one of those things that if somebody puts enough time and effort into one trick, no matter how bad it is, you make it look amazing. It's like the old linking cigarettes. Who was it? Murphy's released one in the vault recently, not recently, a couple of years ago, a download of it. I can't remember who it was doing it.
Japanese chap, wasn't it?
I can't remember who it was. But yeah, watching him, you're like, what? Do that again. You've got to keep watching and fast forward the video. It's so smooth, so beautiful. Yeah, it's a trick people have been throwing away or fobbing off for years. But yeah, if you practice something good enough like Quentin does with those, brilliant. Sean Mann, I like the performance of Oracle on Vanishing Ink website.
Okay, good.
Well, Vanishing Ink do actually produce that, so they can show something on it. But I didn't know there was a performance on there. But we will see if we can get that now. I know there's one there. Sandy Wilson says, can you show the wallet that comes with Oracle, please? Yeah, we can show you that because we won't get in trouble, hopefully, for that. It's a very nice wallet, actually. I'll show you on the close-up cam. Right, there we are. Perfect. Can you open it at all from the other side? There's nothing you can see from the other side, is there? Yeah, you can see those. That's good enough to see. There you go. Yeah. I
mean, the product is really, really good.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with it. It's just the bloody rights. I mean, why? Sandy Wilson. No, that's one. We've just done that one. Andy Tingley says, I won't buy anything you can't use on social media, especially these days. Exactly, mate. Exactly. Torrance says, hi guys. What is the name of the trick where you show the back and fronts of each card, then you place the cards face down on your palm, and all of a sudden the entire jet changes to be a different colour, back in front of the spectator. Sorry, that's the best way I can describe it. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, you show the back and fronts of each card, then you place the cards down on your palm. And then... So when you say okay, so not individually, so you show, so it's just like a colour changing deck.
I don't know. It could be a lot of things, Torrin. Drop us an email, mate, and we'll have a little chat. We can probably discuss back and forward if we know a bit more about it. But yeah, it sounds like it could be any one of a number of effects, or somebody who's reading this knows exactly what Torrin's on about. Please do answer him. Jake Allen says, "Are you allowed to dem Oracle in the shop as you have security cameras that record?" Yeah, good point. Yeah, probably not. Alejandro says that'll be a pass. Okay. NCIS. Says Stacey with a little clap thing there, but it's NCIS Los Angeles, not the normal NCIS, Stacey. Is it an NCS Australia? NCS Brisbane, maybe, you know? Nigel Quinn says you couldn't really perform Oracle over Zoom, needs to be done live. It's a nice product, but performing rights issue is odd. Even JM is generally okay about TV rights.
Yeah, I think, but you could actually film yourself, couldn't you? I mean, you could go, right, I'm going to do it with, you know, do you know what I mean? If you're doing a corporate event, you could be there with someone and live. And zooming it over people. If you see what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
You could have someone with you.
Lots of disappointing tricks tonight, says Stacey. Not really, Stacey. I mean, Bitcoin is great.
Bitcoin's alright. The pins might be good.
Pins good. Oracle is good. Thought transmitter is disappointing, but it's not a bad trick. It's disappointing because I was under the impression it was a new version of it, so that's good. The only disappointing trick really is Summit, but we're not really reviewing that. So yeah, there's not really disappointing stuff on it.
No.
Yeah, masterclass stuff by Wine Timers is good. So, Stacey's been drinking. Oh, Stacey. George says, what is the quality of overstuff? I've been trying to find out, find it everywhere. Is it even available anymore? I don't think it's available, is it? Do we have any left? We did have it. It's all right. Yeah, it does what it says.
It's spelled differently, George. Which one? If you're trying to look
the
for
problem
it.
with overstuff is it's. That's your trick done. Start, finish. It's like a 2-second trick for what you're paying for. It's a lot of money. Yeah. Unless you use his exact wording of a routine or piece of music created for tarot effect, I really cannot see how he could claim global performance rights for recorded media. He has patented the method. Has he patented the method? Highly unlikely, seeing how mundane the methods are. To anyone who is interested in tarot magic, I highly recommend Andreas Seidman's excellent lecture notes, Esoteric Reading from 2017. That's by Ottar. So thank you for that, Ottar.
I think there is some. I mean, I don't think. I think he admits that the method's nothing new in the instructions, and it goes back a long way. Lots of people have had entire books dedicated to doing magic with tarot cards, which include a lot of this. That's not the same. And also, the thing is, I think you can't restrict anyone on, because so this Teller had this, didn't he, with his tree and the cutting the, you know, his tree thing.
No.
Oh, anyway, with the leaves, and he defended it, but only because the person couldn't do the mime. So mime, you could stop someone doing the mime, but you couldn't stop someone doing the method. He couldn't protect, but he could protect the mime. Right. So I think he'd be hard pushed to. But anyway, I mean, it's just he's put it on there, and I don't think anyone's going to be doing it on TV anyway. But anyway.
Well, Ken says Ben Seidman is a great performer and very creative, great guy too. Yeah, I have no doubt about that. And don't get me wrong, we like the product. It's a good product. What we just don't like is the fact that he's saying this whole no YouTube rights. I mean, in a world full of YouTube social media, when everyone's putting stuff on their Facebook pages to promote themselves and to create show reels and stuff, to suddenly have an effect. If you want to put that in as a main part of your act, but you have to miss that out of your show reel, then that's just a bit of a problem.
No. I mean, I do highly recommend it.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to do no TV rights, agreed, but no YouTube rights. I mean, I just find it crazy. There we go. Yeah, but how it enforce it, I have no idea. I totally agree, Ottar. Practically impossible to enforce. Glad you mentioned it, says Jason. Sandy says, will the light in the thought transmitter reflect if you wear glasses? Depends on how you hold it, Sandy. It shouldn't do, because you're going to read it on the off chance, so on the offbeat. So basically, if that's a thought transmitter, you get your card, you put it in. So I'm going to put an elastic band around it. Then it's all done there, and you kind of put it down. It shouldn't reflect in your lights. It's not in your eyes. It's not close enough.
You'd have to have it up like that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, if you were going to do it up here, then there's a possibility, but you wouldn't. You'd just do it down here, and as long as you don't angle it all the way up, you'd be absolutely fine. Frank Valenti, hello Frank, you are late my friend. He says at Disney World, I'll catch you so later. Did receive my package, thanks a million. You're most welcome Frank, and depending on which ride you're on, go and see that the Hagrid ride. That was just utterly brilliant, fantastic, best ride I've been on.
You've been to Disney, I think you've been to Disney World.
Yeah, we did. Mike and I went to.
Of course, when you were working hard.
It was research.
Yes.
Research, yeah.
I remember now that.
Oh, and the Avatar one. The Avatar one. Fantastic. Yeah, really good.
So that was in between fishing and that you managed to go to a convention.
Yeah. Next year you can come along, mate. You can come along, and you can look after the convention while we just go and do all that stuff during the convention.
Thanks, yeah.
Maybe Summit has performing rights too. That's why there's no performance on the trailer. They don't mention it. Comment of the day, Frank. Says Jason. Walter, Dave, any news on when the Matchbox Penetration Pro will be back? Not sure, Walter. Whenever it's available again, we'll get it. Peter Burke, it says finally watching you on holiday. Great to see you guys on holiday. On holiday, Peter. Right for some. We're all on lockdown. Graham Hickman says the fact that I'm surprised about Summit, which no one else has mentioned, is that Patrick Kunn put his name to the effect, or did he? Yeah, he did, I believe.
It's on the box.
Yeah, it's on the box, yeah. What is this holiday you speak of, says Jason? I don't know what that word means. Look at the time, guys. If you want to, no more comments from now onwards, unless it's really important, because we are running out of time. We've got book reviews and a few other bits and bobs to do, and we've already done an hour and a half. Would you recommend Magnet O over 4 2.0? 100%. We are no longer going to be stocking 4 2.0 because the two we sold to one customer sent them back saying they don't work very well, they're not very good, and we completely agree. So we are sending it back and we're not going to stock it anymore. So save your money and don't buy 4 2.0, guys.
Actually, if you're going to buy Magnet Zero, look at Craig Petty's channel, because he does a lovely little or suggests a lovely little routine, very similar to Getting Bloom's alarm clock, where you deal the cards down and the coin drops at the moment that you get onto their card and things like that. So Magnet Zero, highly recommended. Full 2.0, don't buy it, doesn't work.
Peter Burkett says holiday from last year, have to take it. So I mean, he means he's just on holiday from work, not actually on holiday away from home. Holiday at home, yes, more like it. Yeah, lockdown in other words. Yeah, I was on holiday for 9 days. Lockdown. There's a very different method, Jordan, probably due to Henry's recommendation. There are advantages to 4, though, says Jason. Jason,
4.1 did
Jason,
of work.
You're not here in the shop, mate. You haven't seen the feedback from 4.2.0, so yeah. We thought it was going to be nice, but no. Simon Keane says, agreed, Craig Petty, very honest review, as is Steve. It's a shame that magic creators are misleading their fellow magicians. They should take a leaf out of Mike Sullivan, Wayne Dobson's School of Good Quality Honest Tricks. Absolutely, Simon. Well said, my friend. Nigel Quinn, Wayne's box is a treat. Filthy, even. I don't know, I haven't really looked at Wayne's box at all.
No.
Not sure Wayne would like me looking at his box either. Wayne's a great bloke, great performer. Wayne Fox, that is, yeah. Jordan says, could you guys show off the luxury close-up bags by TCC? We've just done that, Jordan. Wind back on the video afterwards. Matt Wainwright, hello mate. He says, did I hear you're coming down to the
Oh, here we go. It's how rumours start, isn't it? We're going to Sussex all of a sudden.
I was showing the guys your one-day video of really, really good. Yeah, of I forget the name now, the dog's name, but really well performed, mate. But I don't know, mate. I may well end up down in sunny Sussex at some point. That's where Mel lives. Mel lives in East Sussex, in Polegate. So we may go down there. But you're more West Sussex way, aren't you? You're more just the other side of Worthing, aren't you? I think, mate. I think, if I remember rightly. Jason says, no, you did not yet anyway. Danny Leclerc says, is Evolution magic set by Shin Lim any good? I have no idea. You haven't seen it either, have you?
I haven't seen it yet. I could have a guess, but I wouldn't want to.
Mr. Whippy does a tricky laugh out loud. Do you know how Mr. Whippy has a crap?
Oh, for God's sake.
This is a joke I used to tell at school. Do you know this one?
No, I don't even
You
want
used
to
to tell
go
this one at school. How does Mr. Whippy have a shit, basically?
into a cone.
No, like
oh,
this.
like that. Oh yeah, I get. Oh yeah, obviously. Yeah.
That's
yeah,
how Mr.
very
Whippy has a shit.
Yeah.
I haven't told that since I was about 12 years old.
You still got the moves.
Anyone outside the UK is going, Mr. Whippy? Who's Mr. Whippy? He's the ice cream man. Yes. Adam Evans, hello Adam. I haven't heard back from you, Adam, about that thing you wanted me to make. So the little spinny thing. So I did send you an email about it. Just let us know if you haven't got it, and we'll resend it. Adam says, "Hi guys, I spoke to Russ Andrews today. He showed me one of the most incredible magic pieces I've ever seen. It fooled me badly. Can I FaceTime Alex to show it to him sometime?"
No. Drop us an email. We'll arrange something.
There he says, Magic Dream built a magic van and go around France. We'll go around Manchester.
That would be nice.
Good on him. Good on him. Yeah.
Hopefully,
Hopefully,
I can learn a bit of French.
Hopefully, it won't burn down. So sad to hear that. I hope they got the shop up and running again. George says the PropDog intro music could be the theme.
Yeah.
No, it's a Family Guy theme. You can't do that. Or instead of a van, you could drive a dump truck filled with abstract effect products.
All right.
Jason says Alex is free all weekend. Adam, I'm sure he'd like nothing more. Jonas says Sweden cold. No way. We had 33 degrees Celsius last summer. Yeah, and minus 33 in the winter.
Yeah.
And minus 24 last night, says Artai. Yeah, minus 24. Wow.
I'll tell you what. Yeah.
I took Aki for a walk last night. It was minus 2 and I was nearly dying. Yeah. But not that bad, but yeah. Geordie says, PropDog, sorry, just watched it. Fantastic, you guys are the best. Thank you, Geordie. Michael McCarthy says, hi lads, is it possible to get a cylinder and coins by John Ramsey?
You can get the, not by John Ramsey, because he's dead, but you can get the cylinder. Can't you? Do you sell
I'm
the
just wondering
11...
if there's a set out there, the cylinder and coins by John Ramsey, but I'm not sure, Michael. Drop us an email, or if you go to the main PropDog website, go on any category page and you'll see a Murphy's Magic little symbol on that. Yeah, if you go on there, follow the link, you'll go to Murphy's Magic. If they have one in stock of that, exactly what you want, drop us a code and we will get it for you. But best thing, just drop us an email, we'll have a look. Nigel Quinn says, I picked up Princess Card Trick direct from Mike and it arrived pronto. Bargain. Good stuff, Nigel. Thank you for supporting Mike. Adrian Tritton says, Princess Card Trick is brilliant. I had the gimmick in my hand and I didn't notice what I had. Super easy, super fooling and super fun to do. I've been doing it on work Zoom meetings and people love it. Thank you, Adrian. That's really good to know. Upper Hand by Gary Jones, says Adrian.
Oh yeah, I'll tell you what. So Adrian, I did. There's a picture on my website actually of me doing Upper Hand by Gary Jones, but I do it in a transparent jacket.
Oh right.
So the cards, so they actually see the backs of the cards in the thing. They change. It's brilliant. So you can get a transparent jacket. Really good.
I have loads of transparent jackets in my wardrobe.
Thanks. So Adrian, if you're going to do it over Zoom, I recommend doing that.
Awesome. Need it for supper, said Nick Hancock. Thanks, guys, says Mike. He's blushing. Oh, please. No. That's high blood pressure, says Jason. Andy Tingley, yeah, right, laugh out loud. I'm buying after the show. Great trick, mate. Well done, Mike. Brilliant. Kirky, we are seeing the Luber's box today.
No, we have got it. I'm going to... Yeah, I don't know where it's gone. It's up there. No, later in the week.
Well done, Mike, says Robert Van Buren. Guys, if you are going to get it and you're not going to buy anything from PropDog, get it from Mike direct. He'll make more money. But if you're going to buy something from us anyway, then you can always get it by us. But try and support Mike and Wayne directly if you can.
It's worth looking
at
that
business
website.
Here, turning away business.
It's worth looking at the D-Trick website. They've got other stuff on it.
Yeah, got some great stuff on it. Yeah, and anything from Wayne, you know, is going to be brilliant and workable. So yeah, definitely. Adrian Tritton says that Akira Fuji did the cigarettes. I think that's the one. Yes, it is him. Do check him out, Akira Fuji. Very, very good, and it is available on the Murphy's Vault download series, which we are not doing downloads at the moment because of the new Brexit regulations, but you can get it somewhere else. Somebody will have it, but it is fantastic.
I share a fashion sense with Akira Fuji as well. We have discussed shirts before.
Nigel, are you allowed to allow customers back in the shop? Not yet, Nigel. Unfortunately, we are not an essential shop, so not until the lockdown is over, if it is ever going to be over again. No, not yet, says Nigel. Says Jason, back is Dolly. Unfortunately, not at the moment, says George. James Tomlinson says, if I knew you were stocking Oracle, I'd have waited before buying it from Vanishing Ink. Stefan says it may be Revolve from Nicholas Lawrence. Can't remember. Stacey, you were throwing around disappointing word lots. What's that for, Stacey?
Oh, I think, well, things were disappointing, weren't they? There were bits that were disappointing.
Oh, well, disappointed with Thought Transmitter, but not because it's bad and crap. I mean, it's not as good a quality as the last one, but I'm disappointed in that I was under the impression it was a new version of it with new methods. That was what was disappointing. Disappointed with the Oracle being no YouTube rights or social media rights, But that was the only thing disappointing, really. Everything else was great. Stacey's on just a sad one. She's drinking at the moment. She's just feeling sad and sorry for herself, and yeah, probably stoned or something. Just like I wish I was at the moment. Right, are we going to do your book corner?
Well, I was going to talk about these books. I haven't had a chance to read them. I hope they're going to come in the day before. So, yes.
So, what are your thoughts on Calculated Thoughts?
I imagine.
Calculated Thoughts.
I imagine it's going to be brilliant, but I can't say yet because it's still in its cellophane wrapper for me to read over the next few days. So, Doug Dyment's got a big following. He did have some stapled kind of lecture notes, pamphlet sort of stuff out there everyone really raved about. They're all really, really expensive and really, really hard to get hold of. So, Vanishing Ink have convinced him to stick all of his work, old and new, into one book.
That's another Vanishing Ink one.
Yeah.
Vanishing Ink are nailing it at the moment. It's like book. It's fantastic.
Yeah, and I like it because it's a nice, simple book. No extra,
brilliant.
no faffing around. I'm sure everything inside's beautiful. I can see some coloured pictures already there. And yeah, so his material is undoubtedly going to be really, really good. I was going to say something else about it.
Oh, if you haven't seen
people like Michael Murray. So you know Michael Murray and all of that sort of people are raving about it. So if you like I'll tell you more when I've read it. But
if you haven't seen it, by the way, talking about Vanishing Ink, there's a really good. We were talking about Craig Petty earlier on and about the his talk podcast he does. And as I said, I did one with Craig earlier on in the week that's going to be out next week. But if you do check out Craig's channel, there's a really, really good interview with Andy Gladwin, and he talks all about Vanishing Ink and all the releases and all the books. And really good podcast. Well worth checking out if you haven't already checked it out. What's next?
Framework by Tom Frame. You might know from, is it Hold'em Magic? Texas Hold'em Magic, the gambling thing?
The Texas, it's just called Texas Hold'em. Hold'em, yeah.
So this is his framework, which has got lots of his older stuff in, I think, as well as his newer stuff. I think he's republished a lot of stuff that's in it, so a lot of stuff isn't necessarily new, but republished from previous books, pamphlets, lecture notes, and so on. Quirky plots, not too hard to do, so again, I just have to wait till I read it, but I would, if there were two books that I could buy sight unseen, I probably would chance my arm on either of these. I'm sure they're going to be very good. But yeah, so that's going to be a week's reading basically. But when the boat's finished and I'm sitting on the boat cold, I'll be reading quicker.
Awesome. Right, Jonas says, this is my favourite package trick. Okay. Jonas is when he's drunk is one of the most one of the best speakers. The clearest speech and everything when he has a few drinks, isn't it, Jonas? And by now he should be well and truly sloshed on all those salted caramel bourbons. Jonas says, well, here's my favourite packet trick that I will soon be released. See, his English is brilliant when he's drunk. Yeah, I hope. It's based on Fred Kapp's twisting the aces minus all the moves. If you can count cards from one hand to the other, you can do this. So it's Jason compatible.
Well, I'm afraid that means it's not Jason compatible, is it, really?
Yeah. So, do check out the link, guys. And thank you, Jonas, for sharing that, my friend. That's very kind of you. George says, when I get a logo, I'll probably get it on a pad. Yeah, we can sort that out for you, George. I love Jason compatible mode, says Jason. James Tomlinson, can any performance rights really be enforced? Be interesting to look into if anyone here is a solicitor.
So mime.
Yeah. But
I don't think acting can, but mime can, because that is a specific action to write something.
I think if you bought a trick off somebody and performed it as it was meant to be performed, and you put it on social media, and someone tried to take you to court for it, I don't think they have a leg to stand on, really, because you bought that trick, you own that, and for them to turn around and say you don't have the right to perform it, I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't do it out of courtesy because they've asked us not to, but I don't know.
The problem is where his original nuances and teachings come in, and where what is essentially an old method, an old premise, old plot ends. So I think they'd be hard pushed. They'd have to start actually claiming that you were doing their trick. I think would almost be difficult, because unless I suppose if you're using those cards from those wallet and repeating his words, they'd have a case to stand on. But if you did it with a different set of cards or change the wording, you'd be stuffed. But anyway, I think it's wonderful. I just don't understand that bit.
I think if the method was incredibly obvious, if you were filming it, and it was like, well, you're just obviously seeing the the routine. If there's no misdirection involved, then I could maybe see a little bit of worry about it. But no one's going to see anything. You can probably pause it back, in slow motion and go for it frame by frame and not see anything. So why? I don't know. Yeah. Let's move on. Jonas says, Otter, we have to even things up somehow, don't we? Thanks, Dave, says Walter. Nigel, by the way, D-Trick, the Magic of Wayne Dobson Conjurer's Choice looks great for Zoom. Will you be stocking? Conjurer's Choice, we already stocked it, don't we?
Yeah, we do. Maybe we're out of stock, but if not, just go to D-Trick.
Paul Kozak, aloha from Hawaii. Thank you for your excellent service. You're most welcome, Paul. It will ship today, my friend, so you should get it in about 2 years' time. So I know. Just depends. I know the post is a little bit slow at the moment due to COVID, but hopefully Mila, who packed up your order, sorted everything out with you with the tracking number and everything. But thank you for your custom, and enjoy it. Roy says, I'm late. Did I miss Alex's streak? Yeah, he was completely naked dancing on the glass table just a few minutes ago. I'm surprised he didn't go through the table.
I'll tell you what, if not, maybe next week.
Laugh out loud. Emoji. We are going for 2 hours today, says Nigel.
Really?
Almost, yeah. Best weather on the planet in Hawaii. Yeah, don't rub it in, Paul, mate. It's freezing out here. Abroad, Otto's in minus 25. Roy says, naked ESP arrived with naked Dave photo in. Is that part of the routine? No, just a present for you, Roy. I just know you'd enjoy it, mate. So, but don't put it on eBay because it's flooded with my naked pictures at the moment. It wouldn't get much. Princess is hard to hold and slide, but the idea is good. I've adapted it to suit me, says Roy. James Tomlinson says, I've heard that if they do not advertise the rights when you purchase it, then it does not count as an agreement. Okay. Stefan says, Revolve, the colour changing card. Ottar says, choreography, dance, mime, works of literature and music can have their rights reserved in various ways. A method would have to be patented, and method patents are very rare in magic.
That is exactly what I was trying to say, Ottar, but in too many words.
He also says, even if you agree not to use it for recordings when buying it from the creator, that does not bind anybody to buying it secondhand from you. Like Jason said, impossible to enforce in a global world. But Ottar, if you release the trick, all you have to do is put no performance rights on YouTube, or I will come around and blow up your house and your car, and then no one will do it. It'll be fun. There we go. Right, guys, and we are running out of time. There's anything else to talk about?
I'm exhausted.
Right, we are going to hold giveaways today purely because we're running out of time. It's been late. We've got a lot to do already. So we are going to call it a day, and we will see you all next week. Thank you all for joining us. As always, have a great weekend. Any last words?
No, I love you.
Oh, I'll tell you what. Hang on. I'll tell you what.
Oh, here we go. Oh, okay. Actually, can you grab Lieber's box? We got the.
Okay.
So this is a Gazinta box. I love the Gazinta box routine. This is. It's a Paul Harris. Anyway, it's going to be on our website very soon. Lieber's gift.
You can't just stop there now.
I'll perform it. No.
Okay. Well,
I'll perform it, but I love it. And if you see Mike Caveney's got routines for it and so on.
Right. One very quick thing, very quickly. I want to test something out for clickbait. I want an unusual photograph to put on there to see if we get more hits afterwards. So take that, do something with it.
Hang on.
That'll do. We'll put that as a clickbait and see if we get tons of views. Interesting. Right, all right. See you later, guys. Jason says 6.5, so I was going to win. No, it wasn't Jason because it was you. We weren't going to let you win. Right, see you later, guys. Have a good weekend. Bye.